over to our website now and take advantage of up to 75% off. All stock must go, but be quick because if you miss it, you'll miss out.
When shopping with Jewellery Maker, you can add as many items to your order in one day and only pay one postage and packaging charge. We have 2 delivery options. Standard delivery at just £2.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 4 to 6 days. Or opt for our premium delivery at just £4.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 3 to 4 days. Happy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
If you have a question or query for Jewellery Maker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2. Or alternatively, you can email help@jewellerymaker.com.
Join resident designer Sheila for our Bridal Headwear for Beginners DVD. Sheila will guide you through an array of beautiful bridal designs, including a pearl tiara, the star hair cone, a twisted spiral tiara, and much more. This DVD is packed full of inspiration and helpful hints and tips. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Thank you to all of our customers who voted for Jewellery Maker to be nominated at the Make and Sell Jewellery Awards. We've been nominated for 8 awards. Please continue to vote for us to win by going to the Make and Sell Jewellery Awards website and registering your vote. Voting closes on the 27th of November.
As peace of mind for your Christmas shopping, any purchase you make from now until Christmas can be returned to us until the 31st of January 2015.
Hello everybody, good afternoon, welcome to Designer Inspiration. Thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. My name is Rebecca Redican and we have got some real treats for you today. I'm talking macrame boards, I'm talking T-pins, I'm talking double whammy of sapphire. I have got a stunning strand of opal, a collection of cabs, and I'm joined by the ridiculously talented, the oh so aloof here at Designer Inspiration. Doesn't do it very often, but we've got him in the building this afternoon, all the way until 5 o'clock. It is the wonderful Macrame.
Aloof. I like being aloof.
Yeah, you are slightly aloof on the Designer Inspiration shows, aren't you?
No, it's really nice to be here actually, especially with you as well.
Oh, bless you. You say that to everyone.
You're like a breath of fresh air in the afternoon, you really are. It's lovely.
Bless. Oh, you can stay till 5. What have you got for us today, Mark?
Well, they've given me a real challenge this week.
Yeah.
They've given me bridal macrame, which got me thinking, with the addition of lace. Because lots of the other designers have had lace in bundles and kits, and they thought they'd challenge me with one, so it's completely out of my comfort zone. I'm not at one with textiles and material and things, but I'm really pleased with some of the pieces I've come up with. So
was
really
it quite nice to be kind of pushed outside to your comfort zone?
Scary. It is scary,
yeah.
But I'm really pleased with the results. I mean, most of the viewers will know at home that I'm quite structured in my jewellery, and to be given a curveball like lace with a macrame, with bridal, it was a bit... But no, I'm really pleased with the outcome. Really pleased.
Twists and turns.
Yes,
Your pieces
no, I'm really
are
pleased.
Stunning.
Yeah. They're very simple. I mean, the techniques that we're going to be using are very basic macrame techniques, but it's just a way of showing you how you can use macrame as a frame to then use the lace as structure. A bit of decoupage, I think is the word.
I like that. Yeah. Very good.
Yes. No, I'm really pleased.
There's some pieces, there's some techniques that I personally haven't seen before. There's some new bits in here, some little bits different.
A couple. Yeah, just variations on a theme that we've covered already, but no, we'll see. I'm really pleased, really pleased.
We have got Mark until 5 o'clock, so if you want to send him in a message, now's your time to do so. All you have to do is text us 60777, start your text with the word JM Studio so it can fly into us, or get in touch at jewellerymaker.com. If you've got the app as well, it's the top corner, you click there, you can send a message to the studio, such as, Mark, I've never asked you this, but we all know that you do a lot of craft stalls.
Yes.
Can you remember your first ever craft stall and what was it like?
I did it at home.
Oh, did you?
I did it at home, and that's what I recommend to everybody who's venturing into the world of craft fairs, is do it at home, have a dry run first. So set up your living room as it was a craft fair, so hang bunting, whatever you like, just make it look like a town hall or a village fete, something like that, and set up your table as though you were at a craft fair. And get all your friends and family, your neighbours, your best friends, you know, anybody to come spend the afternoon, and they're your best critics. They will tell you if you've got the right gemstones, they will tell you if your pricing structure is right, they'll tell you what you need more of, what you need less of, and they'll be able to say, well, I don't think your stall is set up just right, and who's going to tell you the truth but your friends?
That's so
and then
true.
they will set you up, and then you're ready to go for your first one. But yes, it was at home.
That's a really good tip, because I suppose if you go and do your first craft stall and it's a little bit wrong, you've kind of set up your brand and your name then,
that
really.
slightly puts you off as well. You just think, oh, I'm not going to bother doing another one. But I did one this Saturday in Chipley Norton, and it was really good day actually. Weather didn't help in the morning, it was pretty torrential rain. But the afternoon picked up and it was really good. So I've got 11 now. 11 left between now and Christmas.
Blimey, he's a very busy gentleman, and we're going to keep him busy today because I've got a challenge for you. I'm going to start off kind of with a big bang, to be honest, today. I'm going to start off with a double whammy duo for you. Now, it's the same gemstones in two different forms. It's one of the big four, and for me, these are so special because they are both completely natural strands. Now that, for me personally, is very important, especially when we're dealing with the big four. Personally, I will tend to not buy any of the big four unless they are natural, and if you're on the same boat as me, then you're going to adore these two. Both your stunning, regal as you like sapphires. Starting off with your drops. These ones are your faceted drops from 9x5 at the end all the way to these large centre at 14x7mm today. Aren't they spectacular? And if you think it couldn't get better, wow. Blue sapphire faceted rondelles for you today, 2x1 to 3x1, 15 carats worth on those. Now, I know that I've mentioned that these are natural, and you might be thinking, well, why is that important? Well, treatments are something that happen in the gemstone world. It happens with a lot of gemstones. It's completely fine, it's completely accepted. Some people don't particularly like it, some people only look for natural like I have here, but some people, and for some gems, it's perfect. So for example, I have in my stash loads and loads of quartz that has lots of colours and crackles and dyes applied to it, and I love it. Sapphire, sadly, goes through many more intense treatments. So let's talk about treatments first off. I've got an example of quite a lot of the treatments that we apply to gemstones, not just us, all over the world. Now, first off, to let you know, it is not a legally binding subject that we tell you of treatments that have taken place. We here at the Genuine Gemstone Company do, and these are the main varieties of treatments that you would expect to see. So at the bottom of our screen, when you see those codes that are the letters, those apply to some treatments. Now, ones that happen a lot on sapphire, heating. Essentially, we heat the gemstone to a very high temperature so that it changes the colour. Another one that we do a lot to sapphire is irradiation, and that essentially means that we zap it with numbers of rays that are so intense that actually the gemstone cannot come into human contact for months. It gets irradiated and then it gets locked away for anywhere between 6 months and a year because it's so dangerous and it will emit these dangerous rays. But again, we do apply that to sapphire because it will change the appearance. And another one that happens a lot is filling. Filling we apply to sapphire to give it a bit of a clarity. Filling is essentially, we almost inject the gemstone, which I know sounds a little bit grim. sorry. We kind of inject the gemstone with a lead-based substance. It can be like glass, but often it's a very, very heavy lead-based substance. Now the issue with filling is it does give a nice clarity, but the issue with the filling is you can't technically say that you were getting 100% sapphire, because you're not. You're getting a lot of sapphire with a little bit of glass and a little bit of a lead-based substance. So these are three really, really big sort of happening treatments that take place on sapphire. I'm happy to say these two have had none of that at all. If you want what Mother Nature brings to you from the ground, it's simply been taken out, shaped, polished, drilled, and that's pretty much it. If you want a beautiful example of how Mother Nature works, then I genuinely do not believe you could get it in a much better of an array than you have here, because we have the shapes, we have the boldness in those drops where you can actually see almost the layers in which she works with the slightly different tones of the blue. Let's face it, this drop strand, you haven't got the exact same blue running through everyone, because this is Mother Nature. That's not how she works. When you get a strand of sapphire where every single one of this size are exactly the same colour, that will give you the clue that there's been a treatment applied to those to give them that look. So you've got Mother Nature here. And then in this, you've got that clarity on the whiter ones in particular, naturally. No need for lead, no need for glass. That is Mother Nature at her pinnacle point, her summit point of excellence. And you can see that we have put all the work and effort we possibly can into that strand. Now, please bear in mind for me, these two strands are natural. When we're working with the big four in a natural format, the general rule throughout the gem world is that with natural gems from the big four, your price point will be hiked by 50%. That is the general rule, because it's such a rarity. We say that around 95% of sapphires on the market to purchase are treated. So you're getting already a very small proportion, around 5%, that's it, of the market of natural sapphire. That price point for natural sapphire is astonishing. It is phenomenal already. But you can see that I've got two strands here, and you see that this is your Sapphire Spectacular. And we are going to make that price spectacular. I need to say straight off, as that price is dropping, this is not indicative of quality at all. Your price point today for designer inspiration is just £39.95. That's working out just under £20 each. Look at this, genuinely. Look at this quality. Look at the sparkle. Look at the workmanship. We wouldn't put this craft into it. We wouldn't put this work into it if it was not spectacular quality. You have got clarity on this strand, which has been naturally created by Mother Nature. Now, think about it this way, okay? Let me put this on as a bracelet. If I was to have this on as a bracelet, I'd be able to actually do pretty much a double wrap. But even if I just had a single layer bracelet, 925 clasp. If someone said to you, oh, this, well, actually, using that, I've only actually used half the strand for a bracelet. I can make a bracelet, genuinely 100% natural sapphire, for £10 as part of this bundle. That's astonishing, isn't it? If you think about it that way, if you think about other places where you can go and buy, say, rose quartz, don't get me wrong, we love rose quartz, but you can buy genuine rose quartz bracelets for £10. You wouldn't expect to buy sapphire at that price, would you, Mark?
Shall I tell you how well I sell them for?
Go on. Oh, fill me in, Mark.
Okay. 2 sterling silver head pins.
Yep.
5 stones on each head pin, graded in colour, dark at the bottom, light at the top.
Yeah.
Sterling silver shepherd's hooks, £15 a pair.
And you've used just a
10
few?
stones.
10 stones?
Yep.
So hang on, of these kind of like rondelles?
Yep, because you can graduate the colour.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 is taking me to here. That section, oh sorry, my nail varnish has just chipped, how annoying. 10 is that section there. So if I cover that up, that is £15 worth.
Yep. And they sell. I mean, £15 for sapphire earrings,
sapphire,
you know?
earrings, that is
You try and find that on the high street.
You couldn't.
Never, ever, ever.
You really genuinely couldn't. And let me ask you this, because you know you are Craftsall King. When we are selling pieces like sapphire, when people are getting great deals like this, I can imagine that certain people might feel pushed to maybe bring their prices down to be competitive, etc. But the big four of a natural form like this, would you do that?
No. Because if I was a member of the public going to a craft fair and I saw sapphire rings for £5,
yeah,
I would straight away think, well, they can't be real for that price, and I would walk straight past.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't even hover and have a look, without a doubt. So it's really tricky with the big four, with the big five now.
Yes.
Because I sell the big five, and I've got a separate section on my earring stand for the big five, and I don't actually put a price on. People come and we start talking about the stones, and then I show them what I've got, and then you get a feel for how much the person may want to spend, what sort of present it's for, and then you can gauge the pricing. But as I said, £15 minimum for the big five, without a doubt.
Absolutely agree with that. Congratulations to absolutely everybody who's getting your hands on that. Please do check out your baskets. We've had a busy morning, we're going to have a busy afternoon. We've got some great products coming up today, and we've got Mark on for the first time playing with a little bit of lace today, so we know it's going to be busy. This offer doesn't come around often at all. Personally, this strand alone should be that price point, and I would still think that was an absolute bargain. The fact of the matter is, realistically, it's like you buy one get one free price point, isn't it, realistically? £39.95. Congratulations to everybody who's got your hands on them. I personally adore them. Now, I've got a last chance offer for you on some cabochons. Now, now we have got 23 opportunities, so I'm already in my last chance saloon. You're getting a massive carat weight, 2,400 carats worth, and that can equate to something similar to all of these. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Take a breath. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56 cabs. Now, this is your gorgeous onyx. You've got a beautiful array. Let me show you a few of them. You've got a beautiful array in here. If I said to you, you could buy these cabs for £2 each, I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, you would be hard stretched to find them at that price each anywhere else. Fact of the matter, I am going so much better. How much are they working out per one, please? I always say, don't I go to that very, very well-known store, the very well-known crafting stall, you know the one I mean, that I got caught in the other day. One of the members of staff came up to me and was like, "It's Rebecca, isn't it?" I was like, ah! I felt like, oh no, she thinks I'm going to buy things here. She recognised me from the show, bit awkward. But I have seen cabs in there of Agate for £14.95. The fact of the matter is, for £10 more, you're getting all of these, not just the one, you're getting all of these today. 44 pence each. You wouldn't be selling them for that price individually at all, would you, Mark?
I mean, just to double your money, you could just pop them in a little basket on your craft stall and sell them for £1, £2 each. I mean, children love things like this, and give them in a little organza bag that they can give to their friends or school teachers on last day of term. You wouldn't even have to make jewellery with it. Just sell them for £1, £2 each.
Just as a little idea.
Yeah, they'd love it.
I completely agree with that. I was one of those children.
I was as well.
I think I still am, actually.
I was as well.
Loads of half of you already gone on this, so congratulations to absolutely everybody who is getting this. I've got 12 in baskets. Do check it out, as they used to say on, what was it? Check it out. Check it out. Supermarket sweep. Sorry, I got there. Oh, that was always great to watch when you were poorly off school. There's loads of you checking out your baskets. Congratulations. Once everybody checks out, I think I'll have about 4 left. So if you want it, get in now, because I have the last in stock opportunity for you right here, right now. If you want them, treat yourself to them, because they are a fun little thing to have. It's great as well if you are starting something like wirework or your macrame or even your mesh and you haven't really worked with cabs before. It is great just to have such a wide selection, because let's face it, we can as crafters be a little bit pernickety now and again, can't we? If you make something and it's not 110% perfect, we can feel a little bit like downhearted, a little bit kind of, oof, well that's rubbish, even if it's not. And I think if you only have 1 or 2 cabs in your stash and you get that feeling, you can be a little bit precious about what you've got. But when you've got this many, you can try all the mediums, all the techniques, loads of different designs with these. They're about to sell out. I've got about 2 of them left. Congratulations to you all. You've got yourself a bargain, as always, of course. Now, I've got a little bit... Oh, what an unusual shape. How are these shapes described? Have a look. Because they're kind of a pair, but they've got a flat top. Can you see that?
Oh, yes.
Isn't that unusual? I've not seen those before. So you've got the domed base, but then you've got a really, really flattened top. So there's not point to that, it's just a completely flattened top with a really nice dome. Oh my goodness, do you know what I really like about those? Imagine them nose to nose. Because they kind of interlink, wouldn't they? Because they've got that flat nose. You'd be able to have them nose to nose and they'd nestle in really, really nicely together. Oh, I love them. So that is your champagne pyrites that we have here. And these are your drop shapes that we've got. And then, oh my goodness. Okay, if you're not feeling Christmassy yet, let's face it, some people may say it's slightly too early to feel Christmassy, but it's important for me to point out that it's the 10th of November. Last year, this tree was up by the 6th. So we've held it off a little bit this year. If you're not feeling festive yet, I think this should make you feel that way because it's gorgeously Christmassy. Aren't they beautiful? The thing I adore about pyrite is the fact that the luster is unlike any other. You've got this submetallic luster, which is just absolutely mind-boggling. It really brings you into the piece. It really does kind of captivate you, doesn't it? They are absolutely beautiful. Look at the glisten on those. Look at how they're catching every single light, every single colour around the studio here. My graduation size on these, have you got the graduation on these? Because I've not got it in front of me. Because there's a decent graduation. Look at the really delicate ones at the end, all the way to that big, beautiful, bold pendant piece. We'll find out for you now. Do you know, we were talking about those when we were kids, and we were those kids to be like, oh, I like that. I remember going to a museum once and buying a little rough piece of this gemstone of pyrite, fool's gold.
Yeah, a little plastic box.
Yes, a little plastic box, yeah. I can't remember the price of it.
It's a couple of pounds.
But yeah, it was a fair few pounds.
Yeah.
But I used to love it. Yeah. I used to just get it out of the box and literally just stare at it.
You went up to the counter on the cash desk and your mum would say, do not touch anything. And the first thing you would do, you would reach for the fool's gold.
Yeah,
pyrite, wouldn't you?
Grab the glitteriest thing you possibly could. Yeah, absolutely. This is 9 by 7 and the largest one is around 16 by 10 on this strand for you today. And lastly, but by no means leastly, you've got a little bit of shell pearl in here. Now, shell pearl, do we all know what it is? Because it's not really shell and it's not really a pearl. Shell pearl is essentially a substance that we have which is called mother of pearl bead, and what we do is very much like a mollusk, we build it up over time to create these beautiful shapes of your shell pearl. Now, why is that such a good thing? Because you almost get a pearlescence to these, but they're so much sturdier than the real deal. We know with pearls, don't we, that you shouldn't spray perfume near them, you shouldn't go to the gym with them, or you shouldn't wear them out on a hot day, or if you're in the sun, you shouldn't be wearing them because natural pearls will get these dimples and they can discolour. Shell pearl, we don't have to worry about that at all. These are hard as nails. You can spray perfume on these if you want. You can wear them out in the hot sun on a holiday if you want to, because they're super duper strong. So they have that look and appeal, but they've got the sturdiness there too. Your size on those is 10 mil, and look at how beautifully they go with these 2 strands.
Wow, that's an amazing bundle.
Isn't that pretty?
It's quite subtle.
Yes.
But in a blingy sort of way. Does that make sense?
I know exactly what you mean.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bluttle.
Bluttle, yeah.
Bluttle.
No.
Blingy subtle.
Sling, no.
Slingy.
No.
Slingy. We'll work on it. 3 strands for you today. That's your should be price that you can see on screen right now. We're going to take it down for you. 3 strands, beautiful, beautiful pieces. They work together well. Just £11.95 for you today. Genuinely, wouldn't you be happy just to pay that for those pyrite drops? I personally would. With the workmanship that's gone into those, the craft, the size, the carat weight, you've got a massive amount in there, around 120 carats worth. I would be happy to pay that just for those. Thinking back to those pieces of fool's gold that were, you know, £6 or £7 for a tiny, tiny bit, just a little bit. You've got so much in here, a huge amount. Quite a few of these in baskets, probably about 10 or 12 in baskets. Make sure you're checking those out, especially you in lovely, sunny Spain, Barcelona. Do check out your baskets. Beautiful array for you here today. I think great for festive period, great for table decorations even. Because you've got the pyrite in here, you could quite easily have these spiraling maybe on memory wire just around a candle, because you could burn the candle down and you'll still have your beautiful pyrite piece left over, because pyrite isn't affected by that sort of thing. £11.95. Do check out your baskets, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of pyrite, let's bring you a triple threat of pyrite, shall we? If you are into your bead loom, if you are into your micro macrame, if you're into your kumihimo, even if you just like those little accents on your wire work, I think these could be for you, because they're all the same size, but they're such a beautiful array. 3mm. Bronze, first off. I'm going to show you these one at a time, because I want you to get the full impact of the colours separately, and then when they collide together, it is just this myriad of beauty. So we've got the bronze colour here, 30 carats worth. They're all 3mm, don't forget. I've then got for you, let me sweep this away, blue. This blue tone is, actually it's kind of your archetypal sapphire blue. Oh my goodness, do you know what I've just thought? Go really well with your designer inspiration pearls.
Would actually. They are incredible blue. I've never seen a blue like them.
Oh wow.
They just, look at them, electric blue.
These are coming up in that DI in a second. Goodness, gorgeous, gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful there. That is your blue colour. And then lastly, but by no means leastly, you've got your rainbow colour. Oh, this would go great with that second designer inspiration. You know, the rainbow colours, because you've kind of got the kind of Bollywood tones running through there. Have a look at these. These are your rainbow colour. Again, 3mm. Pinks, blues, teals, rainbow colouring through here. Now look at them all together for me. Now I have to remind you that you've got 3 strands here, and therefore what you're about to see is an absolute bargain. Price points, it's under £4 a strand. Rolling down. £14 and no it's not, that should be priced. £11.95, should have been £14.85. Now you absolutely adored these before when you saw them.
Well, I've fallen madly in love with kumihimoing.
Oh yeah?
With seed beads like this, and since Prue joined the team, I mean her work is just incredible, and it's just given me massive inspiration to have a go. And it's one of these things that I'm addicted to. There just aren't enough hours in the day for me to do everything, unfortunately. But this is, I mean, just as you twisted them just then, that's how your kumihimo braid would look.
Can look,
you can get one really nice statement necklace, or maybe 3 or 4 bracelets out of those. I think they'd look stunning. Just a kumihimo blue bracelet with those pearls just dotted in randomly as charms. I think that'd be stunning.
So simple, such simple, a simple look in a way. Like a very clean is what I mean. A clean look is what I mean. A very clean and beautiful look that you're going to get from these. Isn't it lovely to stretch yourself when it comes to mediums? Do you know what I mean? To try new things, because you're trying lace today. You've got yourself into kumihimo as well.
Yes, but I think at the moment I'm trying these things and they're turning out how I want them to turn out, and I think if they didn't, there would be quite a few tantrums, I think, and things thrown across the room. And I think most of our viewers find that as well. They, you know, they try these new things, and I just think it's just don't give up. And but with the kumihimo braiding, I found it, because I didn't particularly like it before, you know, just braiding with it. But as soon as you can start combining and adding beads, and Sarah Elvin, I mean, she's introduced us all to this medium, and it's just incredible. Love it. Absolutely love it.
If you're planning on starting a new medium today, and that new medium is macrame, well, boy oh boy, we have got everything you need to get yourself started. We really, really do. £11.95 for all 3 strands. Congratulations. everybody. Now, I have got 3 strands for you. Brand spanking new. Get ready, feel festive. Used to be believed that these were, this gemstone was ice sent down by the gods because it never melted. And you can completely see why with this strand, can't you? Look at the clarity. Whoosh. Can I have a look at these properly, please? Totally eye clear. Yep, it's passed it. It's passed the test. It is rest on your eye clear. That's not a technical term. Eye clear is a term that we use when you have it at an arm stretch and you can't see any inclusions. Rest on your eye clear is something I say, which is just when you hold it up to the light and you can have it as close as you want and you still can't see any inclusions. This is seriously high quality, clear as you like, clear quartz, completely natural, just faceted and polished. That's it, stranded for you on this beautiful graduated strand from 4x2 to 9x3 mil. Now this is a brand spanking new strand, and because it's new, do I just want to give you one strand to play with, fall in love with, and then have you crossing your fingers for when it comes on the TV again because you really want another strand? No. I'm going to give you a decent enough collection to not just be able to create one piece, but to be able to create a whole suite of jewellery if you wish. You've got 3 strands of this beautiful, brand new goodie. Look at it. Shoulda, woulda, coulda been £17.85. We're going to take your price down today. Brand spanking new. You know we shouldn't drop the price. We've sneakily bundled this together for you though, so we're able to take it to £12.95 for you today. Ice Queen. Mark, the smile on your face. Now I live in Cheshire, so I know a few Cheshire cats, and I've seen that smile before. Do you love them?
And I have to admit, I've stolen them out of the box.
Are you using these as a challenge? Is that what you're doing now?
Yeah, sorry.
Mark?
I know we discussed it before the show, but I couldn't wait. So I've stolen them out of the second sample box. Sorry, Phil.
Sneaky.
Sorry.
See? That's how much Mark loves these. What are you doing with them?
I'm doing a 3-strand rosary plaited, big substantial necklace with some amazing other beads that I've been given as well.
Oh, that sounds... Oh,
it's monochrome.
Oh, sorry, you were given the other set, were you, Mark?
Well, no.
No.
I'm going monochrome this afternoon.
Oh, I like that.
Yes.
So why did these ones take your eye?
They're just stunning. The sparkle on them are phenomenal, aren't they?
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe that there were 3 in a bundle.
That's fab, isn't it?
It's just incredible. No, they are stunning. Absolutely beautiful.
Phil is my producer today because Liam is on holiday in sunny Amsterdam. Phil has just told me in my ear I got told off for bundling these 3 together.
I'm not surprised.
He got told by management they're brand new strands, you can't put 3 of them together. But it was too late by the time they worked it out.
No, they are beautiful.
They are stunning, aren't they? Look at the glow.
And you're right about them being ice clean.
Yeah.
You can see right through them. They're amazing.
Yes, they're so exceptional. Lots of you coming in for this. Ladies and gents, isn't it lovely to be able to get brand spanking new strands that we're generally not allowed to price slash, obviously, because they're brand spanking new. But isn't it nice to get not just the 1 version, but 3? Because there is that horrible point where you get 1 strand and you think, oh yeah, I do like that, and then you get it home and you use it up instantly and you wish and hope, when are you going to see it again? You look on the website, no. You message in on Facebook, no, they're not coming in yet. This way, you've got 3 of them to get yourself going and enjoying. I've already got loads of them gone. I've got multi-buyers on this. Don't forget, the names that you can see going down the screen, it doesn't actually tell you how many they're actually purchasing. So I can tell you that a fair few of them are already getting multi-buyers. I've probably got about 30 in baskets at a glance, so do check out those baskets for me, everybody. Phil thinks they're going to be a sellout for you today, and let's face it, Mark is going to, for free, give you inspiration with these as well. So
I'm just thinking if anyone managed to purchase those 3 strands of pyrite that we've just had, the little seed beads, just to mix maybe the blue and just have a long lariat, use all 3 strands and just have little blue spaces in between. I mean, how, you know, Christmas party is that?
That is such a good idea.
Ice princessy. I think that's just, look at that, that's just incredible. I love that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been told I've only got 20 of these left. 20, 20. And there's 21 in baskets. Fastest finger first, do treat yourself to them. We will revisit these later to have a look at what Mark has done for you. So do stay where you are to have a little bit of a nosy. That's probably about 4:45 if you're new to us. Right, where are we going? Designer inspiration. So we are headed over to Mark in a mere moment or four. Now, I know that you've seen lace today already. I know that you've seen lace quite a bit recently because it was so popular when we launched it. We got plenty in for you. What I will say to you is that the colours we've got in this kit are slightly different. You've got one of the most versatile and most popular colours in here as well, which means this is going to be extremely, extremely popular. Another thing that's important to point out is you have got a triple whammy of your #1 organic right now in this kit as well. It's going to be extremely popular, and I can guarantee you this kit is going to be under £30. So please, 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 if you want it and you see it, as soon as the graphics come in, get yourself on the phone. Because I've only got 70 of these. That might sound like a lot, but it's really not. Now, the most popular colour of lace is white. Now, some of you might think, really? Why the white tone? What's the reason we love the white so much? Probably because, well, it's elegant, it's natural, it's got that kind of beautiful, it's going to go with everything colour palette to it, doesn't it? But we can dye this. You don't have to buy expensive dyes. You can literally just dip this in your brew. Sounds a little bit weird, but you can. Make yourself a coffee. Well, don't make yourself a coffee to then drink, obviously, because that'd be a bit weird. But you can leave this in coffee anywhere between 2 minutes and 2 hours, and you can get a beautiful different array of colours. If you're one of those people who likes the fruity teas, I know the two wonderful gentlemen on my team love a good fruity tea, don't you, Ben? Ben loves fruity tea. My director Ryan loves the fruity tea. They come in upstairs to the office all the time and nick fruity teas. If you have fruity teas like your red currants or even your peppermints, you can actually dunk this in, leave it for as long as you want. Obviously, the longer you leave it, the more intense the colour, but you can dye your own. So you can make this green, pink, purples, whatever you've got. Really, really low in price, obviously. You don't have to actually buy dye if you don't want to. So we have got a big selection here. Let me show you the different shapes we've got. So this is your first shape in the white. In fact, if I show you this on the black, it'll kind of save my funky belt getting in the way. So you've got your white in this beautiful shape. Don't forget, we don't tend to use these as whole pieces. You can cut off individual sections of this if you wish, and Mark will talk you through that later. You also get my favourite flutterby. I love this one. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. This we used as a mask. When did we do this? When was that show that I did? Oh, it was the Masquerade Ball. It was the Lace Masquerade Ball, and we used this as part of a mask. Beautiful. You just harden it, and we'll talk about that more in a moment or five. You've then got the cherub shape. This is quite a new one to us. I know we do the larger selections, but this is our cherub shape that we have here with the cherub in the middle, with this beautiful kind of scalloped edge, which I just think is really, really eye-catching. If you wanted to cut out the centre and just use the scalloped edge as a sort of frame, that would be really, really pretty, wouldn't it? We've also got, I always think, and I don't know why, because it's not, but this always reminds me of kind of a fleur-de-lis type, because they've got little extra swirls at the end. Do you know what I mean? So you've got this beautiful piece with the flower in the centre working its way up to these beautiful leaf-like designs. And then lastly, but by no means leastly for the shape, we've got that beautiful kind of archetypal rose. If you haven't used our lace before, honestly, it is such great quality, and I'm not just saying that. You might think, well, it's lace, surely the quality doesn't differ that much. Genuinely, it is huge difference. You can get ones that in this little intricate bit, you can just grab them slightly too hard and they can rip, they can tear. This is super duper sturdy, but still so malleable. Honestly, get it home to appreciate it. You've got those same shapes, but you've got it in what I can only describe as kind of your sapphire blue colouring. Gosh, you're good, Ben. Let me show it against this background. So these are your beautiful, beautiful kind of, it is kind of that sapphire blue tone, isn't it? You've got your butterfly shape, so all the same shapes, just in your different colour palettes. Absolutely beautiful. I love this colour. How great would this be with sapphire? Let's be honest, if you got that sapphire straight away. So you've got the same amount, the same selection, just in a different colour there. Now let's get on to the cord, shall we? So we have got satin cord in the navy blue. Now all of this satin cord is 1 mil and you've got 10 metres. Satin cord in matching colour to the beautiful lace. So you've got the dark blue, you've got your white, and you've got your sky blue as well. I think satin cord is one of those things that can kind of, we can sort of take for granted, but really our quality of satin cord is astonishing. I've then got for you some clasps. You have got your silver plated fold over clasp. Now I was talking to you about these before because I personally haven't used these clasps before, but you really like them, don't you?
I love them. They're from Macrame, they're fantastic because you can get multiple cords in the ends. Because sometimes when the lobster claw clasps with the extender chain that we get in our kits,
yes,
sometimes they're not big enough to take multiple strands and we have a few issues, but these are perfect for both sizes as well.
They're really large, aren't they? So you've got the more delicate ones here, which are 10 mil. And you've got the larger ones, which are 16 mil, and you get 5 of each of these. We'll talk you through these in a bit, and Mark has used them obviously, so we'll see how to use these. Now let's move on to those gems and those organics, shall we? Starting off with the crackled quartz. Oh, so beautiful. These are your 6 mil rounds. You can see that you've got 90 carats worth. The crackle in these is so spectacular, isn't it? It's simply caused by heating them, and it kind of changes the internal composition essentially. Gives you this almost internal glitter, I suppose, because the light, as opposed to it entering, say, your normal clear quartz. Now we know the structure of a normal clear quartz, the light can enter and pass through really easily, which is why you get such high shine from clear quartz. But with crackle quartz like this, which is hard for you to see through your TV screen, so get it home if you haven't before to appreciate it. But because it bursts, the light kind of bursts inside, and because the inside isn't its normal structure, the light almost has to fight to get out. So you do get this kind of internal texture and these internal almost rays of glittering light, which is just so beautiful. I love clear quartz for that. You've then got 3 strands of pearls. Quite special pearls, I have to say. Huge in this case. Absolutely massive. Your sizing on these is 9 by 8 mil. So already we're in the luxury bracket, because generally, as a general rule in the gemstone world, for luxury sized pearls, your luxury sized pearls is 9 mil and above. So you have got luxury sizes on this strand, because some of these are around the 8 by 9. Beautiful, beautiful balance of colour and tone popping from these. That's all to do with the light dancing across that orient, giving you this gorgeous pearlescence, rainbow tones running through there. I've also got that strand I showed you earlier on that goes so exceptionally well with this kit. It's the blue strand. Isn't this beautiful? Really pretty. Around 8 by 7 mil on these ones. And when you see how Mark's used these in the designs, because it's still the same blue, but it's juxtaposed in tone, you are going to see exactly how well these make that whole kit pop. And now I have to say, my #1 strand of this whole piece. Now, I'm about to bring you a multicoloured strand of pearls. Do you have an image in your mind now of what a multicoloured strand of pearls might look like? I'm sure a lot of you are probably thinking, oh yeah, there'll be blues in there, there'll be yellows in there, there'll be champagnes in there. No, no, no. This is a natural strand of pearls. These are all natural in colour. You have all 3 of the top selling natural colours of pearls. In price order for the natural colouring, we're going creams, which you've got in here. You've got your whites, which you've got in here, and you've got the most expensive coloured of pearls in the world naturally, which is your pinks, all on this one strand. Completely natural pearls. How much of the market is taken up by natural coloured pearls? Less than 3%. Aren't they gorgeous? Totally natural in colour. That already means that the price on this strand should be hiked up. It should be. But we're actually going to do it as part of this bundle. £52.95. You've got that natural strand of pearls. I know I keep referring to it, but genuinely you have got the most expensive colours in the world of pearls in that strand, which is astonishing. You've got your blue colour, and then you've got your luxury sized as well in the white. We've then got your crackled quartz too. You've got all of this lace in the 2 colour palettes. I'll just give you a small example of each. So you have got your beautiful regal blue, sapphire blue, isn't it really? And you've got that white as well in both packs. You've then got all of your cords. So you've got your satin cords, 1 mil in each, and you've got 30 metres worth in total. You then have 10 clasps. These clasps are great for your macrame, great for your kumihimo, kind of great for any sort of weaving technique really. So you've got absolutely loads in here. Your price should be almost £53, which is a bargain. I'm about to make this unmissable. £27.95. Congratulations to you 20 or so who've already got it. Everybody pays the same. We do this at Designer Inspiration. We let you know the price that it should be on the internet, and we let everybody know, whether you're on the phone, whether you're watching at home, whether you're watching on the app, whether you're watching on the internet, we let everybody know the price drop price at the exact same time. I gave you a heads up this was going to be under £30. A lot of people were probably expecting £29.95, but no, it's £27.95. Should have been almost £53. Now, ladies and gentlemen, absolutely, honestly, bearing in mind you've got that natural strand of pearls, you've also got the luxury strand of pearls, and you've got those beautiful blue pearls in many, many, many places, including here at Jewellery Maker. You would be lucky to buy just those 3 strands of pearls at that price point, and you truly, truly, truly would, because these aren't low-end pearls, especially that natural strand. You are getting around 3% of the market with that natural strand, so congratulations to absolutely everybody. Lots of you coming in for this. Your names have gone off my screen. We knew it was going to be a busy day. It's always going to be, and congratulations to everyone who's already got it. What I will say is I only have 70 of these, but actually that quantity's gone down quite dramatically. Macrame boards and T-pins are coming up with you very soon. Hi, Mark.
£27.95.
That's amazing.
I mean, how much is the lace alone?
Well, I know, yes. So if it's £9.95 a pack, isn't it? And you're getting 2
plus
packs.
The cords, so you're getting 3 strands of pearls and a strand of quartz free, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. And that natural pearls as well.
And the clasps.
And the clasps. I'm excited to talk about those clasps because there's loads in there, isn't there?
Okay.
Look at you.
Okay.
Oh, okay. You're just trying to get your head around that.
No, it's like, yes.
It's good, isn't it? I just need to let you know that Mark is not the only one who thinks that price is astonishing, because I've got only 20 of that kit left. It will sell out, we know that already, and it's going to sell even quicker when we take a look at the amount you've made with this. Lace cufflinks, I've never seen it before. What gave you the idea?
I just love the shapes of the lace little section. I'm going to show you how to make those a bit later on. But I didn't use the multicoloured pearls. I've still got a whole strand of that, and I've still got half of the lace pack of each colour left as well.
So you've got loads.
Masses.
Lace does go a long way, doesn't it?
Especially when you cut it up.
Yeah.
I haven't used a single piece as it was intended. I've just obliterated all of it.
Well done. Gives you a little bit of a different feel.
Yeah, well, because it's quite an organic. I mean, most of the pieces are symmetrical, but I can't do that organic asymmetric look, so I just took the pair of scissors to the whole lot and
went for it. Had at it.
Yes.
You've done so much. We can see you've had a lot of fun with these.
I loved it. No, it was really nice. And as I explained at the beginning of the show, the whole point of using the macrame was to do a macrame background, so in effect a setting to then pop your beads and your little flowers and your embellishments on top of that. So It's a shame that macrame isn't completely hidden away because you can see it on the pieces, but it's just used as a setting to attach all your flowers and your beads and your pearls and things too. So no, I'm really pleased with how it turned out.
It's absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
It really is. And
I couldn't believe that I did it actually, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I had to stand back and think, gosh, you haven't done a half bad job here. I'm really surprised.
I just think it's such a wonderful, wonderful collection. It's nice that you've, you know, used such interesting techniques. Mark, you truly are amazing, and that's from Tink.
Thank you.
Oh, you've embarrassed him. Look, he's blushing.
I'm not good with compliments.
No, I know. Bless.
Never mind.
They are awesome. They are absolutely fab. Have you seen these cufflinks as well? We'll be showing you how to make these today. So this is from kind of the side view, as you'd imagine to have in them. And then those at the side. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful collection that we have here. £27.95. Where are we going to start, Mark?
Well, I'm going to show you how to make these earrings because I just think they're... What I'm decided to do, because there are lots of little pieces, I'm going to show 4 techniques rather than one big piece.
Okay, fab.
Okay, so I just wanted to share as much as I could. So I'm going to show these amazing earrings first of all.
Brilliant.
Talking about the lace, lots of designers have got their own specific way of hardening, and I haven't seen many of the shows recently because I've just been so busy. So I actually went online, and there are a few different techniques that you can use, but the one that I've adopted is I've used a PVA glue, which you can get from most stationery shops, and I've put it into an old mug, and I've put basically 2 to 1, so 1 part glue, 2 parts water, stirred it with an old paintbrush, and all I've done is I've got a piece of greaseproof paper from the kitchen, and I've laid it on the surface, and I've painted one side, and it went white, and I thought, oh my word, what's going to happen now?
It's fine.
Okay, deep breath, flipped it over, painted it again, left it overnight, and I came down and it had dried clear, much to my relief, having not done this before. So that was a bit petrifying. So it went clear. Now, because I didn't actually leave it in soak, because lots of the designers I've been noticing have been actually laying them in the watered down glue preparation, leaving it for 5 or 10 minutes to soak up as much as it can. I didn't want it to be completely rigid because I wanted it to be used as beads, you see. So hence why I just painted the glue on, left it until overnight to dry, and it was just how I wanted it. So it was relief. And all I've done is, as I said, I've got a very, very tiny little sharp pair of sewing scissors.
Okay.
And all I've done is just simply just cut as very, very close as you can. And the sharper the pair of scissors, the better. And all I've done is I've just cut out all the little flower shapes, like so. Okay, and as you can see, it's still got a certain amount of movement to it, but it's still quite solid. Okay, so I've got 2 of those per earring.
Okay.
Okay. But as I said, for people who do card making, a lot of these pieces that I've made are layering, where I got decoupage from, you see, which card makers do quite a lot with.
Absolutely. I decoupaged a table relatively recently. Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
And drinks trays and all sorts. No, they're amazing. They're
decoupage crazy. I had to stop myself because I nearly did the banister.
You can go crazy.
I nearly did the banister, but I've decided against it a bit more.
Okay. Now I know we've got T-pins coming up later on.
We have.
But I've used one as my pricking tool. Okay. Lots of the pieces that I've been making. Okay. I didn't want to use my tools. I wanted to just make a very, very fine hole, large enough to get a head pin through. Okay. Okay, so all I've done is I've taken one of my T-pins, or if you have a stationary pin, anything that's going to be really strong. Because what you don't want to do is start pushing the pin in, and then it bends and it loses its shape. No. Because it could prick you for a start. You have to be really careful. So all I've done is I've gone in very, very, very near to the centre as I possibly can. Yeah. And if you have your macrame board as well, it's even better because you can use that as a stabbing tool. Okay, so we've taken it out.
T-pin and macrame board coming up with you in the next 40 minutes.
Oh, it's perfect, isn't it? So we're doing the zoo one side, and then we're going to take our second flower. And the reason I've done 2 is because I want to stick 2 together back to back. Okay. So this is the second one. Okay, and then if you want to, you can go from either side. You can go back to front to back. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect, so we've got our 2. So we're going to work on 1 first of all. Okay. So I thought I'd use the crackled quartz as the centre for the flower because it's just so pretty.
It's fab, isn't it?
So I've taken a ball head pin, okay, that I had in my stash. We're going to thread on one of the crackled quartz, Now, I always say to people if we come on the workshop that crackled quartz is the most difficult bead to use on the show.
It really is. Finding
because
the hole.
you need to find the hole and then you need to find through all the crackles. But that went on remarkably quite easy.
Yeah, that was good. You've done this before.
So all we need to do then is we've made that hole with our T-pin. We may need to go back in again, but
just to be sure.
Yeah, just to make sure. So just pop it down on your macrame board. Find the hole. Okay.
I have got some head pins coming up for you in a little bit, which are 925. They're coming up for you in moments.
Wow. I'm going to thread on through the lace. Okay. Make sure it's nice and central. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to cut off about 1 centimetre. And don't throw that away because you're going to be using that shortly.
Okay.
Okay. And we're going to use our round nose pliers. And we're just going to make a simple eye-pin loop. So 90 degrees away from you, and then take your wire and pull it back like so. Okay.
Yes.
Now at this point, okay, if we go for, let's use that bit of head pin that we threw away, and we're going to just make another loop because we need to start attaching our beads to make the drop. Okay. So this is the point that I thought, how am I going to remedy this? Because when you attach your little flower to your head pin,
yeah,
it sits flat like so. So once it's hanging from the ear, it's going to point downwards instead of facing upwards.
Yeah, we don't want that.
We don't want that. So what I've done is keeping that little section of head pin that you cut off, using your flat nose pliers, just bend the loop that you've made on your first eye pin. Okay, so it's sitting flat, flush up against the back of your flower.
Yeah.
Okay, then we take our second flower that we cut up earlier, and this is the glue that I use for the lace because it's got a very, very, very fine little pointed nib.
Yes.
Okay, now this is sometimes available on our website. Just have a quick look and check whether we've got it in stock at the moment.
Do have a nosy. We're not totally sure, so have a little look if you want to. It's the hyper cement.
Yeah. So take your second flower, and as you can see, you have these ridges all the way around of the lace pattern. So all I've done is I've just gone round one of the ridges. You don't need to do all three, just one of them. Very, very fine glue. This is where this comes in. It's like using a pen. It's fantastic. Okay, because it doesn't make great live TV, I'm going to give you this to pop the lid back on.
Yes, no problem at all.
Okay, so pass that across. Okay, and then what I've done is I've just taken the second part of the flower, making sure that our eye pin stands in the direction that you want our earring to fall. So if you want it to fall on the flat or on the diagonal, it's entirely up to you. So let's just put it on the diagonal this time.
Okay.
Okay, so what we're going to do is place our second flower face down. Use your flat nose pliers if you want to, just to pop it over the top. Okay, and just make sure, just maneuver your flowers so they're sitting where you want them.
Okay.
And then what I've done is I've taken a couple of clothes pegs, and all I've done is I've just pegged either side, like so.
So that means it keeps it in place.
So it keeps it in place, it glues it together. Just leave it for 5 or 10 minutes, and then you'll be able to take those away. That's now nice and rigid. And if you could pass me one of the earrings across, I'll just tell you what I've done next. So at this point, you would have your earring made, nice and rigid. You'd have your eye pin coming up through with a bit of bare metal showing. So all I've done is I've popped on a little bead and then made a little eye pin loop again, taken another head pin, taken the ball off the end, just to make the little rosary links, and then it's up to you how long you want your earring to be. But now that flower, as you can see, it's sitting nice and outwards rather than flat and down where you can't see it. And that's really rigid, that's really strong, that's not going to fall out at all, and that's how you make your pair of earrings.
That is a beautiful look, and you know what as well?
It's lovely.
To get one that's such a drop, but it's quite statement, but is wearable, because sometimes you can make big earrings like that and they yank on your ear and they're too heavy, but
they're very light.
Really
very, very
light, durable. But statement as well.
Yeah, no, they're lovely. They're
How
lovely.
easy is that though?
So a couple of clothes pegs, which most of us have got at home.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so they're a great tool.
Great tool to have. Speaking of a bit of a great tool, I've got those macrame boards coming up for you in moments. Within the next 40 minutes, you'll have the macrame boards and the T-pins. But we've used the head pins in these pieces, and I'm about to bring you 925. Oh my goodness.
I'm just thinking of those sapphires we had earlier from the first strand, because the sterling silver is a lot thinner, you see.
I was just going to point that out.
Yes,
Look. So this, I'm
beautiful.
holding as an example a headpin that you'll get in, say, your bindings packs here. This is just an example of one. You can see the thickness there. It's pretty thick, isn't it? Which is great. It means it's sturdy, but it won't go through certain gems. Whereas look at the 925 in comparison. That is so much daintier, isn't it? It really, really is. That is quite considerably so. So it's got the opportunity to go through many, many more gemstones, and possibly even some of those slightly knouty pearls that we sometimes get that have really small drill holes in. So this is a selection of your 925 head pins that we have here. 40 you'll get of these, and they've got that ball head end on them. What's the length on these? 40 mil on these ones. So you've got a beautiful length. I'll show you the length of them. That means that you have got a real decent drop that you can do really eye-catching chandelier earrings, but also you'll have enough 925 left over if you wanted to create sort of the rosary link effect. You can use every single section of these, don't forget as well. Even if you just want the 925 ball as a little accent, or even just to inlay into, say, your resin, or even your jewel enamel, whatever it might be, you can work with these. There's so many of you coming in. I'm really glad to say we have a really decent quantity. You've got 20 pieces, but you've got 2 packs, so we've got 40 all in all. Your price point, £7.95. £4 per pack. The price of 925 just over 2.5 weeks ago went up by 6.2%. We here at Jewellery Maker are bringing the prices down for you. Why? Because we bought this before that price hike took place.
Sorry, I don't know why I had those in my box.
Oh my goodness!
You were talking about those. No idea, but they were in my T-pin box, along with the Labradorite cabochon. I have random things in my...
So how much are we selling these for?
£15.
These are the £15 pair of earrings.
I have no idea why I had them in there.
Oh my goodness, how gorgeous are they?
And all I've done is put in some faceted white quartz in between.
So it's your sapphire graduated in colour, like the sapphire we had on earlier.
Exactly the same.
And this pair will sell for £15 with your 925 like we've got here.
Yep.
So actually, you've got pretty much all the components today, haven't you? Because
we have got the white quartz, haven't we, for my challenge?
For your challenge, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Wow.
So if you want to make a pair of earrings like this, you can today, because we've got that sapphire, we got that graduated brand new triple pack of quartz, and we got these 925 head pins as well to give you a little something extra.
Ace.
I love those earrings. They're
no idea why I had them in that box though. That's really random.
Maybe you knew.
Deep down.
Deep down. Now, I've got hundreds and hundreds of these gone already. They are all going to go, my producer's telling me. Multi-buyers all over the show. But what I will say to you is, if you want them, obviously get in quick. We don't see that price point often. We don't actually see head pins that often in 925 either, do we? We'll see 925 packs with lots of little bits.
That's right.
But it's quite good to bulk up on things like this, isn't it? Hi Mark and Becky. Hello Mark. Absolutely amazing pieces. I've ordered lace and cannot wait to get making. Lots of love from Debbie Pepper.
Debbie's lovely. She comes onto Facebook quite often and gives me a pat on the back and G's me up.
Oh, I like people like that.
Yeah. We all need a pat on the back sometimes.
Hey, you're not wrong. You are not wrong.
Thank you. Thank you.
Alison, this is from Mark. You never stop surprising me with your stunning work that you set your mind to and deliver every time. Love it. And that is
Thank
from
you,
Alison.
That's lovely.
That's nice. And it is, because it's totally different for you. So it's nice to be able to see you kind of working through it in your processes. It's fab. Breathtakingly beautiful, Mark. What an elegant way of using lace. Your talents are unending. And that's from Cynthia.
I love our viewers. They're lovely, aren't they?
Aren't they?
Yeah. No, it really cheers you up. It's nice.
Oh.
It's nice. Thank you.
Well, blush. Thank you everyone for sending those questions in. Feel free to send in more. We've got until 5 o'clock. 60 our text number, or get in touch on jewellerymaker.com. So congratulations if you got these. I've got more 925 coming up in a different form later on. But if you want the head pins, now's your opportunity to do so. Okay, lovely jubbly.
Right.
Where are we going to next?
Right. Next, I'm going to show you a little pair of cufflinks, and then we'll do some macrame. Okay.
Let me show you these. So. This is we've got them in two different colours. I'll show you in the two different colours. Obviously the pairs are in the same colours. So that's kind of what you'd see from the cuff. And then this is your attachment detail. How glam is that?
They're just exquisite, aren't
Just
they?
to have pearls on the inside of your piece. Oh my goodness, how luxury is that?
I don't think they're generally aimed at gents, but ladies wear cufflinks in silk blouses and things, don't they?
The androgynous look is massive this season, absolutely huge. I've got a few very nice tailored suits that are cufflinks, are fab at the moment, aren't they?
Really nice.
So we're going to have a look at how to use these. I can't wait. What a good idea.
This is the piece of lace that you said was sort of fleur-de-lis-like, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And what I've done is I've massacred this piece really. I've taken that central part on the lace here and the two sets of leaves, and I've used the white version and the blue versions on two pieces of jewellery, completely separate pieces. And I was left with this little section here comprising of the little round little bicycle wheel in effect, isn't it? With the two little sections here. So all I've done, again, very, very, very fine pair of scissors, is just I've cut out the little wheels. So because you have two of each in the blue and two in the white, you can make two pairs of the cufflinks. You can even mix and match the two colours if you wanted to. I mean, there's nothing stopping you having a blue in one cuff and a white in the other, is there?
No, absolutely not.
So what we're going to do is we're going to cut that little circle out. Okay, so that's that's going to make one piece of jewellery from that massive piece of lace. So you know it does go a long way.
Far, doesn't it?
With the little scissors. That's amazing. So exactly the same as we did earlier. We take one of our T-pins and our macrame board and we puncture it. Doesn't sound very elegant, but we puncture it.
Puncture the bicycle wheel.
Puncture the yes. And this time I'm going to use a fine head pin, one of the ones that we get in our findings packs.
Okay, the featherlight one.
Featherlight, yeah. So we're going to use a white quartz on the front. Now again, this is looking for the hole. There we go. And we're going to thread it through the hole that we've made in our piece of lace. There we go. Okay, and this time we're going to do a wrapped loop, which is one of my favourite techniques. It's basically making a rosary link. Okay, so we're going to make our round pliers flush with the back of the pearl, with the back of the quartz on the back of the piece of lace, and we're just going to wrap it round as though we were making a rosary link piece of jewellery, just a couple of times. Okay, so that's now nice and secure inside there. We'll cut away the end. Okay, like so. And then we do exactly the same with a pearl. So we take another featherweight head pin, thread on one of these pearls, which are massive. It's actually not a very nice word, massive, but I can't think of another word that would actually bring it across how enormous they are.
They are huge, aren't they?
So we're going to do exactly the same sort of wrapped loop. We're going to make sure that the pliers are nice and flush set on top of the pearl, and we're just going to wrap a couple of times just to secure that head pin to the pearl.
Okay.
Okay. And then we're going to cut away the end, like so. And then we're going to construct the cufflink. It couldn't be simpler. Just going to take a jump ring, an open jump ring. Like so, open. We're going to pop on the pearl, and we're going to pop on the white quartz that's attached to the piece of lace. And then what we're going to do is just going to close it up.
Okay.
Like so, make sure that's nice and secure, and there you have your cufflink. Simple as that. So you've used a minimum of lace, you've used 2 beads, a little finding, and you've got your really nice your very elegant cufflinks.
That is done in minutes.
3 minutes.
You've seen that, beginning to end.
Absolutely.
Cutting it out and everything, no pre-prep, just done. How much would we sell the cufflinks for?
£5.
Yeah.
Well, saying that though, those pearls are quite substantial on the back, but I think a £5.
Lowest price of £5.
Yeah.
£5 for friends.
£5 for friends.
Mate trade.
Yes.
Now we've had loads and loads of people messaging in, wanting to know exactly when the macrame boards are coming up. How about now? Anybody?
Perfect.
Anybody? Which one do you want to do? Large or small? Do the large first. We have got both of them coming up in the next half hour, so don't worry.
I'll just get my next demo set up.
The white boards.
Okay.
Now, These are really quite new to us. So new, in fact, that I've not even seen these ones before today. I'm so excited to bring them to you. Now, listen, lovely ladies and gents, I have got just over 100 of these. So if you want them, I can't tell you how quick you need to be. I don't want people to miss out. I know that hundreds of you missed out on Saturday to get these. I've got a few for you today, if you're quick. This is your large macrame board, your 39 by 29 centimetre board. Now, Mark, talk to us about why people just cannot live without the macrame board.
Okay, well, first of all, our basic macrame board, the beige variety, was launched on our 4th birthday last year. Or was it our 3rd birthday?
Third birthday last year, yep.
3rd birthday.
Oh, time flies.
And then the smaller one launched slightly later on. And the viewers know that I run macrame workshops. Now, before we had the macrame boards, it was a bit of a struggle because I would use black velvet card boards with bulldog clips,
yes.
Okay, which for very basic Shambala style bracelets is perfect,
yeah.
Okay. And then we started bringing in more cords. I mean, the 2 demos that I'm going to show next have got 6 and 8 cords, first of all. And then amazing Deb Rudge has been doing her micro macrame.
Yeah.
And you need a macrame board. I don't think you could cope with, you wouldn't be able to, because you'd have your board with hundreds of bulldog clips and you'd be taking off and undoing, and it would be a nightmare.
Yeah.
So those are the reason that we had the beige boards. And it's not just for macrame either. You can do bead looming type weaving with it as well, all sorts of things. I do wire work on it for holding pendants, all sorts of things.
Pieces, yeah.
And so we've managed with these so far, and then recently we've had the white ones launch, which for micro macrame are just the best.
Yeah.
Because if you're best,
I
wanted to say the best in the business, but the business was. They are the best
as a whole.
Yeah.
You sounded a bit South African, no, a bit Irish then.
So the whites are perfect because especially when we're using the fine Essilon cords, you need a white background to be able to judge it properly. I mean, I'm working on a piece at home at the moment. For me, nothing to do with jewelry maker. This is a piece for me for a Christmas present, and I've got 64 threads. And it's very intricate. It's very fine work and very fine seed beads as well. So I could cope with the beige board, but I think you need a bright background. So the white boards is where they come into their own.
They really do,
yes,
don't they?
Absolutely.
It gives you a complete difference. So even if you do have the beige, why not treat yourself to the white to see the difference, especially at only £9.95 for you today. This is for your largest of the boards. That's fab, isn't it?
That's amazing.
And if you haven't bought a macrame board from us before, it is blank on the back, so if you do want to use it for, say the not so, that was a good shot, wasn't it? Say the not so intricate pieces where you don't really need the measurements. And some people can kind of get thrown off a little bit by measurements as well, if you are one of those people.
Well, where the macrame boards come into their own, if we do craft fairs, as some of us do, you see, the night before I go on a craft fair, I can set the board up with 10 maybe bracelets ready to go. I've threaded all the beads, I've got my lasers, and you've got all the measurements there, so you can do 3 6-inch bracelets, 3 7-inch, 3 9-inch, depending on the size, just to make a range of sizes. So these measurements are absolutely perfect as well. And for micro macrame, when you're using pins, it is quite good sometimes to have the grid to actually pin at regular intervals, so you can use the grid lines
to know where you're going with it.
Absolutely.
Congratulations to all of you. How many do I have left approximately? I've got over half my stock gone, so I've probably got about 40 left or something. Quite a few in baskets as well. If you want it, do check it out for you today. For us today, for you.
Christmas presents. Really amazing Christmas presents.
Especially as you can't get them.
No.
This is like that kind of fight around Christmas that people have for like the #1 toy at the time, isn't it?
But no, they make amazing Christmas presents.
It's like the adult Furby. So you've got your macrame board. It's £9.95 for you today. Congratulations to absolutely everybody.
It's nice to have the jewelry maker branding as well. Just tie it all in together. It's really nice.
It's nice, isn't it? So this is on your screen right now. I've got the smaller one coming up for you in a little bit. And these. Now, listen. These aren't allowed, true story, to come at the side of your screen because the price point is so low, we're not actually meant to sell them. If we have them in the main graphics, we will get severely told off. We've asked management, we had a little chat to them. they've said, okay, because we've got a few, and because, you know, people have asked for them not to sort of be bundled because people have the macrame boards and maybe just want the T-pins, we're going to do it as a one-off bit of a special today. You're going to be getting 35 of these T-pins. We've seen them being used as stabby tool, but they're great for when your designs get more intricate, when you need spaces, when you need cords, etc., to be kept out of the way. I got myself a set of these not so long ago because I use them for my crochet. They're absolutely fab to use for a multitude of mediums. We'll talk about them more in a moment, but they're going to slide on the bottom of your screen now.
That's very sneaky.
Yeah, sneaky, sneaky.
As you can see, I've got quite a few. I just
You've got a whole box
whenever
of
I see
them.
them, I snaffle them.
That's not just one pack, is
No,
it?
it's
You've
my
got a
little
fair few.
T-pin box.
Box full of those. What do you think of $3.95 for 35?
That's fantastic. That is really good, and they are really strong, and they're long as well, which really helps. Because sometimes when you're using multiple strands, I find that you need more than one macrame board to anchor. You need two, so it's really good. Because they're the length, you can actually go through two or even three macrame boards if you want to keep it really. But if you're using 0.6 wire, for example, you need a bit of strength if you're doing intricate weaves with it. So to be able to punch through at least two macrame boards, you need the length of a pin. Otherwise, it's going to slip and slide.
Slide around.
No, they're fantastic length.
They are super duper sturdy.
Massively
They
strong,
really are, which is
strong.
so important because these aren't going to easily bend out of shape. You can use these year in, year out. They're at the bottom of your screen. What I can say to you is we were only allowed to do this because we didn't have that many. I've got over 100 of them, but only just. So please be quick. You know we don't do it often. By the looks of things, they're going to sell out in minutes. So do treat yourself if you wish. Macrame board still on the side of your screen. Not got many of them left. Small one left over coming up for you in a bit.
Wow.
Jumps up and down, yay! Never have enough of these and miss them every other time. Another board and pins. So many projects at a time made my day. Oh, Alison, good, I'm glad. Because it's true. You want loads of boards so you can do a few projects at a time. You want T-pins so you can keep everything in order.
I think, I know we did joke about it being sneaky, but it is really nice that we're selling them separately like that.
Well, we're not sure if we'll be able to again, but it's nice for today, isn't it? It's nice for today. $3.95 at the bottom of your screen. What are we looking at next, Mark?
Next. Now, this is a technique that I've shown before, but it's one of my favourites. I just love it, and it works so well as a backing to a macrame piece. Okay, this is we call it the triple Shambala style. We have to say style. Yes, we have to say that. So this is the triple, and what I've taken first of all, I've just used tiny little bits for demonstration purposes. Okay, but just to talk you through it, you need 3 lazy strands. We call them lazy because they don't do anything; they just hold the beads. Okay. So what I've done on the board, I've got 3 pieces from one slot at the top of the board, and then at the bottom of the board, I've attached them a couple of spaces apart just so you can see what you're doing, really. Okay. So there your lasers all sorted out. If I could have got the satin through the beads, I would have done. Okay. But just try first of all. Okay. With your wax cord or your satin cord. But failing that, beading thread is fantastic. Okay. Now, if you're working, I've only got little short pieces here, but I've taken 2 lengths of the dark blue satin, fingertip to fingertip, which in my term is 6'2". What would yours be?
What is it? My height?
Yeah.
5'3".
5'3".
5'3.5".
Okay, but you'd have a smaller bracelet than I would. I would imagine.
Very true.
So, so fingertip to fingertip, and you're going to have a bit left over. Just put it in your stash. Okay. So the first thing we do, we need to attach one of our first working strand. So we go underneath. This is a little tip with your macrame boards as well. We've got the small one coming up, haven't we?
We've got the small one coming up.
Okay,
You'll have to be quick for that as well because the T-pins have gone. That's a sellout, sorry. Congratulations to the hundreds of people who got it.
Wow, okay. It's not really a tip, it's just something that I've started doing. Is if you take the top of your board and just lift it, you get a big gap underneath your lasers, so you can get your cords under.
Oh, that's good.
It's only a silly little thing, but it makes the difference.
Every little helps, it really does.
Okay, so centralise your working strand, and we're going to tie a square knot. Okay, so again, you can lift your board, and it just pass your cord underneath, and we're going to do 1 square knot. So we're going to do our left hand side, and then we're going to do our right hand side. Okay, and then you can use the slots then just to pop your cord in out of the way to keep it nice and separate. Okay, and we take our second working cord. Again, I've just got a little tiny piece here, but you'd have your 5, your 6 foot lengths, and we're going to do exactly the same as we did with the first knot. We're going to tie a square knot, and then we're going to do the right hand side. thread that under again. So just lift your corner of your board.
Saves you fiddling about, doesn't it?
Yeah, and passes it through. Okay. So you've got two separate pieces with a square knot above each other. Okay. So we're going to attach our second knot, and we're going to pick up our first, and we're going to tie another square knot directly underneath it. And what this does, it cages that first little knot in. Okay.
Almost gives you sort of an eye detail effect.
Well, this is the start of the herringbone, which we're going to have a quick look at when we come to our next kit later on.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we start incorporating.
Oh yeah, let's incorporate.
Because I'm working with you, mate. You're flustering me.
Oh, aye. For me, isn't it?
Okay. So what you need to do, bear in mind when you're beading, okay, is what I've done with the strand of quartz. I've made all my earrings and my cufflinks first.
Yeah.
And then all the beads I left over, I separated them into 3 piles. But with this particular technique, you need to make sure that however many you have on the outside strands, you have 1 more on the inside.
Okay.
So I tend to work on 14 in the middle, 13 on either side.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
What we're going to do, we're going to little rhyme, middle, left, right, middle, left, right, middle, left, right. That's all you need to remember.
That's catchy. It's not really a rhyme, is it?
No. No.
Oh, it's all boosted up then for something exciting.
No,
Middle, left, right?
Little mantra.
Middle, left,
mantra.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we take our first bead and we pop it under the top, underneath our knots, okay? And we take the cord that is nearest to that bead and we tie a square knot, but this time we're only going to knot round the cord or the lazy strand that the bead is on, so in effect the middle, okay? So we're going to tie that in as a square knot. Okay, so that's your middle one. Okay. Now you can see that we've got a bit of a gap between our top cord and our bottom cord. Okay. We need to bring this cord down so it's on the same level. So all we do is we just tilt our board 45 degrees so it's on a slant. Okay. We've got 2 cords on the left hand side. So the top cord now becomes your left working and your bottom cord now becomes your right.
Okay, I see.
Am I losing you?
No, you're not. I'm just laughing because I've never heard anyone say slant before. That's so funny.
Really?
Yeah, slant.
Oh, it's not that you haven't heard the word, it's just the way I say it.
No, I've heard the word. I've never heard slant before. I like it, I might try that out.
Okay, right. So as you can see, our top and bottom become our left and our right.
Yep.
And we've done the middle, so we're going to do the left-hand side. Okay, so this is a bit tricky, and this is the trickiest bit of the whole bracelet making, is we're going to take this bottom cord, which is now our right working. We're just going to pop it to the right-hand side. And we're going to tie a square knot without a bead. We just want to get this cord down. So we take the left-hand cord underneath the lazy and we're going to tie a square knot, okay? And all will make sense in a second. So that's the left-hand side. And we do the right-hand side. Okay, get that under there. Okay. And what we're going to do, we're going to turn it round and slant it in the other direction. Okay.
That's slant for you northerners.
Yeah. Okay. And again, we've got a top and a bottom, which will become a right and a left.
Yeah.
Okay. To confuse the matter, when we're working on the left-hand side of the board, we do the left-hand side of the knot first.
Okay.
We're
Right.
on the right-hand side of the board now, so we're going to do the opposite. We're going to do the right-hand side of the knot first. So we're going to take the right side across over the right-hand lazy and tie a square knot, or half a square knot. Okay. And then we're going to do the left-hand side, which has then completed your second knot, like so. Okay. So when you pull your board back to the front again, and you take your 4 cords and pull them in opposite directions, you can see that our knots are now parallel to each other. They're all on the same level.
They're all on the same section.
Let me pull that down a little bit.
You can see that. That's all right.
They're all on the same level.
Yeah,
okay.
I see.
Now this is where it starts getting. It's quite methodical and it's very repetitive, but it's quite therapeutic.
That's good.
So we've done our middle. So we take our left bead up, and we tie that in. Okay, so we do the left-hand side of our knot and the right-hand side. Okay, like so.
Yeah.
Now we're going to do the right-hand side. So we pick up our bead. We're working on the right side, so we do the right-hand side of the knot first. Okay, so just bring that up to the top. And don't worry at the moment, you can see the strands because they'll all sit properly when we take our next bead up.
Okay.
So we've got middle, left, right. So we go back to the middle. Now it's entirely up to you, because we're in the middle, whether you do the left-hand side or the right-hand side of the knot. It's entirely up to you. I always stick to the left. So what we're going to do is we're going to cage the bead in. So do the left-hand side, and then we do the right. So that was the middle, okay? And then it's just repeating. So left, right, middle, left, right, middle, okay? And then after a while, you will have something looking like this. Okay. Now the reason that we have, let's bring that down a little bit. The reason that we have one bead extra in the middle is because we want to replicate the top and the bottom, because you see we've got a V forming at the top, so we want a V forming at the bottom. Okay. So what we're going to do to finish is we're going to take our cords in the middle and we're going to finish it off. Now this isn't the full length of the bracelet, but it's just to give you an idea how we finish.
We've had a few people messaging just asking, what in centimetres would your working length be for this?
Of the working strands? Of
the working, yeah.
What I tend to do is 3 times around the wrist for your lazy, and then 3 times that length for your working either side of your bracelet. Does that make sense? Either side. So, for example, if it wouldn't, but if your wrist was say 20 centimetres, it's not going to be. But if it was 20 centimetres, okay, you want 60 centimetres as your lazy. The lazy. So 3 times 60 is 180 between the 2 sides. Get you. So again, that's just a 6 foot, pretty much. It's pretty much.
Yeah. Hope that
helps. Okay. So what we're going to do then to finish it is we're going to just take our cords from the bottom. Our lazy, again, I've used beading thread. And it just looks so nice, the quartz against the blue. It's just beautiful.
It really makes it pop.
Yeah, it's stunning. Okay. So I'll just finish this off. So what I do to finish is I take those 3 lazy cords and attach them this time into one slot at the bottom. Okay, nice and tight. And this will be incorporated when we come to use our little clasps, our fold over clasp, so you'll see how that gets used. And all I do is I take the 2 left cords, the 2 right cords, and I tie a series of square knots. And what happens is it tightens it all in into a nice little V formation.
I see.
Okay, then we do the right hand side. Now, however many square knots you did at the top, you'll need to do exactly the same amount at the bottom, because you want that mirror image.
Okay.
Okay, like so. Have we got any kits left?
Good question. Good question, Mark.
I can't believe that. It's an amazing bargain. 2. Incredible bargain.
2 left, 20 in baskets. So no, we haven't, technically.
Okay. Okay, so that's our bracelet finished.
Fab is that.
So just finish off that last knot. Okay, that last little section there, just pull as tightly as you can.
Yeah.
And what I do to finish is I take my 2 cords, and I believe it's called a surgeon's knot. I might be wrong, but it's an overhand knot once, and an overhand knot twice.
Yes, that is a surgeon's knot. Yeah, that
pull. Nice and tight. Okay, and that just adds a bit of strength. Next, we need to pop on our little folded clasps, which are just ace.
These are coming in the kit. Don't forget, you've got 10 of those in that kit. Only 2 left. Do check out.
And what you can do as well, if you're making a really nice multi-stranded pendant, you can use that as a bail to hang your pendant and your chain on as well. So it's good. So what I've done on here is, before I put on my clasps, I've just popped on a bit of glue in the last little well at the top, both sides, like so. And then I've done the same at the bottom. Okay, and then I've let that dry completely.
So that you know it's secure.
Yeah, so I'll pass that to you again.
Thank you.
Sorry.
No problem.
So we'll pretend that that's dried. So once it's dried, you can then cut away your beading thread from one end. You can cut away any working from the other end, like so. Okay, and any lasers that you may have at the bottom. So it looks a bit weird at the moment. Okay, just take those away. So imagine that would be the full length.
Yeah, of course.
And then what I do, after you've just so kindly put the lid back on, I'm going to open it again.
There's always one, isn't there?
And then just a little dab of glue. I mean, it's not imperative you do this, but if you're going to be selling these on, you want to be really security conscious.
Yeah, the added security is safety benefit, isn't it?
So pop on a bit of glue back and front. Pass that across to you.
No problem.
Now these are very, very, very strong. You'll need a strong pair of hands for these. Once they're closed, you won't be able to open them up again.
Okay.
So what I do is take it in my right hand and I pop over the top like so.
Okay.
Okay. So you've got it at that stage at the moment. So centralise it nice and neatly. And then what I do is I take my flat nose pliers, and what I do is I go from the right hand side and just go in, trying to keep it central and close. Not all the way, just up to a point where it catches. Then you can go back in and adjust if you need to. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I go around to I turn it around 180 degrees, but this time I only close up one side. So I've closed up the right hand side. If you want to, you can use at this point, once it's closed at this stage, you can use your nylon jaw pliers if you have them in your toolbox.
To make sure you don't
And then
scratch.
close the other side. And all you need is just keep repeating backwards and forwards until there's all closed nice and neatly. As I said, once that's with the jaws are closed around there, they're not going to go.
That ain't going nowhere.
No, it's not going anywhere. Okay, so all you would then do is you'd pop a jump ring through the loop at the top. You might find that that little section there is quite tight.
Okay.
So you can use one of your T-pins, or you can use a bead awl or a bead reamer and just go in and just open up that hole ever so slightly, because the jump rings that we tend to have in our findings packs aren't as thin as the ones you're about to show now.
No, they're not.
Okay, so you attach a jump ring either end of your clasp, and then you decide on the clasp and the type of finish that you'd want on the end. And all I've done to attach these little flowers is I've taken the white or the blue, it's entirely up to you which colour you want to do. Exactly the same as we did in the earlier demonstrations. We pierced the hole through the centre with our T-pin, pop on a bead with a head pin, and as you can see between the beads there's a little knot in between each bead. So what you would do is you would take your head pin, okay, let's quickly pop one of these on just to show you. So skewer your little bead section, pop on a bead, you would then feed it through the back like so. You'd then find the centre of that knot, let's pop it through there, feed the head pin through so it comes out the back, like so, okay? And then all that I've done, it's very, very simple, because you've got the knots and you've got the furrows that the beads have made, is you just cut off about 1 centimetre, do an eye-pin loop that we did earlier with the earrings, okay? So make our loop, like so, and then all I've done then is gone in with your flat nose pliers, or your
flat nose.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
And then just all you need to do is just go in and just fold it flat.
So it's not going to scratch you or anything?
Because you've got no rough ends and it sits in the furrows between the beads and in the knots there. You could probably do that a bit tighter than I've done there. Just hide that away, and then you'd have your little beaded section. Obviously you put a bead in the centre of the flower in a corresponding colour. And that's your bracelet made. And again, I've probably used 5 flowers, I think, 5 or 6 flowers and the beads to make the bracelet. But you can use this technique in the choker that we're going to show a bit later. Yeah. So again, I've used the triple Shambala technique as the background, and then added the beads using the lace on the front.
That's so wonderful, isn't it? Really, really beautiful.
Very simple, but beautiful.
If you do want jump rings and you do want the 925, this is what I told you about earlier on. If you're trying to make something special, chainmail for Christmas, I cannot encourage you enough to get your hands on these, because we don't have a lot of 925 jump rings in stock at the moment. You have got 60 jump rings, all in all. Triple trouble, you've got 925, and it's your rose gold that we have here. So this is what it will equate to. You're getting absolutely plenty of these. Now, 9mm is your external diameter on this. So these are going to get so many different pieces for you. You're going to be able to do lots of different weave. Box weave easily, Byzantine easily, but of course you're also going to be able to do lots of attachments, lots of multi-stranded pieces with this if you so wish. You've got 60 pieces in total. Your price point is triple trouble. That is of course your should be price, obviously. This is genuine 925 that has then been enveloped in 9-carat rose gold. Your price point is going down though. It shouldn't be, but it is today. We're giving you an offer, just £19.95 for 60 pieces of genuine 92.5% silver, enveloped in 9-carat rose gold for you today. That's amazing, isn't it?
That's incredible, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Gosh.
I'm
just trying to think, how many did you say in there?
60.
60, isn't it? So you need roughly 120 for one of those really, you know, the bracelets.
Yeah, I know exactly.
You know, the ones I meant.
Double loop, yeah.
And they're £110. So I'd get a couple of packs of those and make my own.
Make yourself.
That would be amazing.
Absolutely.
On black leather with a nice little toggle. That would be stunning, wouldn't it?
Simple as well.
Beautiful, beautiful.
£19.95. Lots of you coming in, multi-buyers on that. Congratulations to you all. Right, we're going on to the choker now, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm just going to show you this is a quick little macrame technique. Again, just to show you the background. And with the clasps this time, what I've done is I've got what they call a holding cord rather than a lazy cord. This is what they call a holding cord, and it's just any fragment of cord that you've got left over from it that you've got in your stash. And we're suspending it across the board, and we're going to attach 4 pieces of thread. Again, probably about 5 or 6 feet long. There's lots of knots in this bit. It may seem a lot of thread, but you will use it. Okay.
All right, yeah.
We're going to turn the board 90 degrees so it's horizontal. Okay. So we're going to take our cords and we're going to attach them to our holding cord using the lark's head. So you fold the cord over in half, you feed it underneath your holding cord, like so. You take your 2 ends, you feed them through the knot and you pull. Okay?
Okay, to your lark's head.
So that's 3, and we want 4. We need 8 cords altogether. So your 4 cords in half become the 8 that we need. Okay?
Just to let you know, everyone, my producers just told me that the small macrame board is coming to you, but not as soon as you might have thought. It will be with you in the next half hour.
Okay. Okay, so we've already got our 4 lark's head knots. So what you would do, you would pop a little bit of glue. This is when you've completed your bracelet. You would pop a little bit of glue on here. You would attach your larger fold over clasp, exactly the same way as we did earlier. And then once that's glued and set and dry, you could then cut off the remnants of your holding cord.
Brilliant.
Easy, completely easy. Okay. So what we're going to do is we've got 8 cords now, and we're going to take the first 4. Okay. We always work in groups of 4 with this technique. Just bring the board down a little bit. So we're going to use the 2 middle as our laces. And we're going to take the 2 outer ones as our working, and we're going to tie 2 square knots this time. So left, right, twice. So once, twice,
3 times.
3 times. I gave you that one for free.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So that's 3 and then 4. This is a really nice little braiding technique without beads as well. So we've done the outside 4 on the left hand side. We're going to do the outside 4 on the right hand side. So we're going to take the 2 middle as our lazy, and then the 2 either side as our working. And because we're not incorporating beads on this section, you don't need to worry about, because we're on the right hand side of the bracelet, you need to do the right hand side of the knot first.
I see.
Okay.
It's an easy one to remember.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's your 3rd, and this is your 4th. So if we've used the lark's head, okay, this is the square knot. On the next kit, we're going to be doing the half hitch and the double half hitch. If we did one side of the square knot, that'll be a half square. That's it. They're your 5 macrame knots.
Oh, it's easy.
That's
enough,
it.
Isn't it?
And it's so the whole world of macrame all resonates on those 5 knots, but it's just the way you use them and the different way you use them, and it's just amazing. That's why I love it. It's brilliant. So we've done our outside 4, both sides. This time, we take the central 2, which are going to be our lazy, and we're going to take the one on the left and the one on the right as our working, and tie 2 square knots, exactly the same as we've been doing. So we do the left hand side, and then we do the right hand side. So that's 1 square knot, and then we do the 2 square knots. So what do you think we're going to do next?
Go back to the other ones.
Yep, so we've done that. So we're going to use the 4 on the left. It's exactly the same as we did at the start. So those 2 in the middle of the 4 will be our laces.
So that's how you get this kind of undulation, isn't it?
Yes. And what you could do if you wanted to, this cord here, which is on the outside of the 2 laces, you could pop beads on here. So you could actually have beaded around the outside. So if you look, you see there's a thread in the centre there.
In the centre, I see.
You can actually pop a bead on there.
Oh,
and
nice.
you could have beads running along the outside rather than on the inside.
On the inside.
So what we're going to do is just finish off this knot.
So that's, you could almost encase there, couldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And then you just keep going. So we've done the left-hand side, then you would do the right, then you'd middle. So it's exactly the same, left, right, middle, left, right, middle, left, right, middle. And then when you've got to the length of your choker or your bracelet, I mean, you can interchange between the 2 techniques for the bracelet or the choker. When you get to the bottom, you would knot your ends. You'd pop on the second half of your clasp. And then what I've done on the choker, if you have a look, I've used some spacer beads that I found. Exactly the same technique that I did earlier, but using the I shouldn't call them proper, but the proper head pins rather than the featherweight.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And I've gone through the bead, I've gone through the flower, and I've attached it at the back in exactly the same way. I've gone through knots, then I've made a loop at the back, and then I've folded it flat into the knots. So it's really nice, this technique, because you get the spaces in between the cords, you get the beads, you get the flowers, and it's a really nice little choker. And as you can see coming round, I've got the fold over clasps really nice, neat finish. And this is where the larger ones come in handy, because we'd never be able to get that ending with the lobster claws from our kits. So these are fantastic.
They're so small.
Yeah, they're ace, absolutely ace.
Thank you so much for showing all of those techniques, Mark. What have you got coming up in the second one?
I have got, shall I bring it across?
Yeah, go on. Give us a sneaky peeky of one of them.
So this is using twist knot, half hitch and double half hitch. I've called this the Imperial necklace because I just think it's just Russian glamour.
Yeah, absolutely
isn't it?
right. It really is.
It's the Tsars and Tsarinas, and I just love it. So again, this is a really simple technique. Very, very simple knot, even easier than the square knot that we've just done, but it's just the way you use it with different cores and techniques.
So we're going to be learning how to make this and much more in our second designer inspiration. After the break, I've got bundles and tools galore. And don't forget, this is back. We'll see you in a minute.
Jewellery makers, if you're a Freeview viewer, you can now continue to watch the show live by switching over to channel 64. Our brand new 24-hour channel is available to the majority of homes in the UK, so grab your remote now to make sure you don't miss a thing.
Thank you to all of our customers who voted for Jewellery Maker to be nominated at the Make and Sell Jewellery Awards. We've been nominated for 8 awards. Please continue to vote for us to win by going to the Make and Sell Jewellery Awards website and registering your vote. Voting closes on the 27th of November.
The Marquise cut is actually an adaptation of the modern round brilliant, meaning its outline structure is more like an elongated pear, but its internal structure of facet arrangements follow the traditional line of the modern round brilliant. It was developed by Louis XV in honour of his mistress, Madame Pompadour. Its vibe and its elegance really highlight the times of that era.
Today I've been on the beginner's wire work course with Louise and it's been absolutely fantastic. We started off with quite simple techniques in the morning and worked on throughout the day until we got to doing things like making rings, which is the first wire wrap ring I've made successfully so far, onto more difficult techniques like the pendant wrapping, which again is my first ever pendant wrapping. Louise is excellent, she's clear instruction. There's plenty of time for her to get around the small class to give you personal tuition and tell you where you may be going wrong or give you an idea of what you should do with your designs.
If you miss a Jewellery Maker show, then simply go to our YouTube page where you'll be able to find hours of Jewellery Maker footage. Search by show, date or type. Alternatively, search by guest designer by using our playlist page. You can also find hours of tutorials with handy hints and tips to give you inspiration. Our YouTube page is updated on a daily basis, so you can access any show at any time. Stay in touch with Jewellery Maker.
Jewellery Maker is your one-stop shop
for all your jewellery making needs.
Our mission is to provide you with the best quality products.
Value for money and excellent customer service.
Come and learn with us. Tune in every day from 9 AM to 9 PM.
Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Welcome back everybody to Designer Inspiration. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. It's already been ridiculously busy. We are joined by the wonderful Mark, who's off making us both a brew at the moment, bless him. Because my brother Pete's had a day off. No. What? Brother Pete? You didn't tell me about this. I have got loads and loads coming up for you this afternoon. This is a promise coming up to you in the next 30 minutes, guaranteed. So do stay where you are for this. I've got some stunning gems. I've got some more lace coming up for you as well. In fact, I've got it coming up right now. The white lace. Now, if you bought the kit previously, the Kiss? Oh, love that band. If you bought the kit earlier on, you may well have got your hands on the first kit that was white and the blue lace. If you didn't manage to, because it was sold out, but you really, really, really wanted that white lace, I have got the white lace in this bundle. Take a little look, because this is my different variety. So it's the white colouring, but it's the different variety of shapes. Let me show you some of these because they're different to the one in the kit. So even if you did actually get the kit, great way to stock up. Have a look. So we've got this a beautiful piece in which we've used these individual flowers. You've just seen Mark use them in his pieces. We've then got the heart style design as well in here, which is beautiful as a hand piece. We've used this before as a really, really nice hand piece. It's really pretty. You've then got kind of the more ornate heart shape, haven't we? You've also got in here, oh, I like this one a lot. It's beautiful, isn't it? That's really pretty, isn't it? Imagine kind of like a draped necklace of this, or a bib style effect, or even just kind of in with your paper craft would be nice, wouldn't it? And then lastly, but by no means leastly, this was in the kit. It's kind of the fleur-de-lis style one that we saw Mark work with earlier on. Oh, hang on, is it? It's very similar. It looks slightly different though, actually, doesn't it? So you have got all of those pieces of your white lace in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in total. So 5 of those in total. You're then going to get your beading necklace board. Woo! This is a bit of an essential, isn't it? I'm sure we all have a couple of these at home, and if we don't, why not? Blimey, Charlie, this is such a great way of storing your pieces. It's a great way of sorting out your stash. It's a great way of planning your pieces, because let's face it, even if we're one of those people who likes to kind of free flow and kind of free form our pieces, and we don't like to put too much thought and structure into it, sometimes it's really important to do that, isn't it? Because even just stupid little things, like when you're doing yourself a bracelet and you have a certain pattern in your mind of how you're going to do the gems, you create it, you finish it all off, you put your clasp on, and then you realise just that one gem that you put in the wrong order, you put in the wrong place, or it's not the right size or something. It's really frustrating, isn't it? I do that loads. Probably just me. If that is you too, though, this is going to make your life so much easier. Even if it's things like your chainmail, if you're into chainmail, have one pocket for your closed jump rings, open them up, move them across, open them up, move them across. It just keeps things nice and neat and in place. You've got measurements down here, you've got your wells for all your goodies as well, so it's an absolute essential, and you can stack them, of course, really, really lightweight too. And lastly, but by no means leastly, we've got 2 of our wonderful DVDs. We're having a bit of a bridal theme today, so we've got your bridal headwear. This is your bridal headwear for beginners. It is a wonderful DVD because in here you have got shown how to do this beautiful kind of pearl style tiara. You also get how to do like star hair combs. We should get shown how to do spiral tiaras as well. So lots of tiaras and combs in this, as well as kind of other little techniques and tips for your bridal pieces. So if you are looking at moving in that direction, or if you just like kind of the ethereal, even if it's not bridal wear you're looking at getting into, you've got some really sort of ethereal pieces in there, do get involved with that. And you also have another DVD which are Macrame edition 2. So this is the one where we get shown how to work with our beading thread, as you can see on the front of this, how to create these pieces. You get shown how to work with memory wire and your satin cords as well in here. So you actually get shown how to use satin cords over your memory wire on this DVD as well. You get shown how to do lots and lots of different weaves in this too. Don't worry if you're looking at this and thinking, oh, I've not got edition 1. It doesn't work like that. Don't worry about it. You'll be able to dive right in with this one too. So, 2 DVDs. We know that these 2 DVDs are $4.95 each. You've also got your beading board, and you've got loads of lace, 5 pieces in total. You're going to love the price on this. Should be £21.80. Of course it should, because we know that the lace itself is £10, and then you've got, you know, £10 worth of DVD almost, haven't you? Today though, your price isn't £21.80. It's going down. My producer's just going mad, mad, mad. This is mad, 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 mad. Should be £21. It's £12.95 for you today. That's astonishing, isn't it? That essentially means that you can buy the lace and you You buy the lace and get half a DVD. Half a DVD, not even a whole one at that price. Buy the lace, get half a DVD.
It'll be the lace of the board. And get both DVDs free.
Free. Isn't that nice to say? Free. It's a lovely word, isn't it? What do you think of that price point,
That's
Matt?
amazing. That is incredible. And as we can see, so you can use the basic macrame techniques from that DVD.
Yeah.
You can transfer it into the headwear easily by attaching the macrame sections to the headbands. And then you've just seen how far that lace goes when you go in there with your pair of scissors. It'd be a fantastic, that's an amazing bundle. Really
the lovely
amazing
thing actually about this bundle as well is you've got the DVDs to give you inspiration. We've seen you using some of these shapes. So it is about incorporating so that you're going to get not just the projects on here, you can use your own imagination to make totally unique pieces.
Right, absolutely.
Fab, isn't it? £12.95. Congratulations to everybody getting your hands on that today. Anyone want some quartz? Yeah? I love quartz. Do you know what I like about quartz? The fact that everybody knows it. Everybody knows the name quartz, don't they?
Of course they do.
Of course they do. Guys, I think we've worked together too long. You have got your Sparkle-tastic here. Everybody does know quartz though, don't they? They do. You all know the name quartz. Of course, it's not one of the big four, is it? But when you're growing up, you'll know the name. You'll know diamond, sapphire, emerald. You'll also know quartz. It's just a name that's very, very prevalent, isn't it? In kind of the human subconscious, I suppose, in a way. It's very much brought up with us, isn't it? As part of the society. We know quartz. We understand the name quartz. We understand the value of quartz as well. This is your Sparkle-tastic that we have here. 3 strands. So you've got 2 of the crackled strands. You've got one in a 10mm and one in an 8mm. The 8mm strand is 150 carats and a 10mm strand is 230 carats. You've then got these clear quartz, 95 on this. Now let me just show you these because they're in the oval shapes and the sparkle on them is phenomenal, isn't it? You have got the chameleon of all gemstones here, haven't you? Let me pop that down for you and we can have a little bit of a look. Chameleon of the gem world. I say that because no matter what gem you pair these with, the light's going to burst through so you get that transference of colour. You see the pinks running through there? Also, what if I add, say, these strands of jasper, it's a multicolour strand? You've got that colour. That's why this is the chameleon of the gemstone world. It's going to go with everything because it's going to transmit the colour of everything, essentially. So we have got 3 strands here. It is going to be Sparkle-tastic. Your price point today, 13, unlucky for some, but not for us, because it means we can take the price down. Should be priced on your screen right now. We're going down. I don't think you're going to expect this. It is actually going to go under £11. £9.95 for 3 strands of workable, usable, versatile quartz. Different sizes, different shapes, different kind of palettes and intensity on the internals with this as well. £9.95. Congratulations to everybody. Just to let you know as well, the clear plain ovals, you're getting around 8x6 to 12x8 on those ones. I have some budding beader pieces here as well, made by the lovely Sarah. Hello, Sarah. She'll be watching. Shara will be watching. Hey, did you see her the other day? She was good, wasn't she? Have a little look at these pieces. These are made by Shara, who you saw in the late show the other day. So we have got this beautiful twist details on your gizmo coil with the twisting pieces. You've got, again, with the gizmo coil, you've got these beautiful bracelets. Gizmo coiling around the back and then just highlighting those pieces. You've then got those ovals that are just kind of suspended in here. And what I love about it is you have got movement there if you want it. It means that the light's going to kind of travel through, doesn't it? Really pretty. And lastly, but by no means leastly, and I think this goes to show the power and impact of the gemstones themselves. Look. Aren't they beautiful? Little kind of tassel-like detail there, isn't it? Just all layered up on the lace. There's loads and loads of you getting your hands on this. Welcome to you all. Thank you everyone for joining us today. Don't worry, you've got less than 15 minutes to wait for the macrame board, so do stay exactly where you are. £9.95 for all 3 strands. What's that? £3.33 recurring? About that, isn't it? £9.95 for you today for all 3. Sparkle-tastic at that price, isn't it? Anyone up for the gemstone of true love? I just adore rose quartz. If I'm honest, it's a bit underestimated, isn't it? If we're honest. Because sometimes we can get ridiculously excited about certain gemstones, can't we? Ridiculously excited about your diamonds, about your sapphires, about your jaspers, or whatever it might be. We can get really excited. Rose quartz is one that's kind of underestimated a little bit, but it shouldn't be. It's got a subtle femininity that I don't believe any other gemstone can give to you, especially when I bring it to you in this array of shapes and sizes. A triple pack for you today. Oh. Rose quartz is kind of known in history, I suppose, for being the gemstone of eternal love. And one of the reasons it was said to be eternal love is because it was believed that Aphrodite, obviously the queen of, the goddess, of love in kind of Greek mythology, it was believed that Aphrodite, when she became heartbroken, of course, with all of her love lost, and to see kind of her followers who kind of fell in love and lost love, and also her herself, it was believed that Aphrodite would cry tears of rose quartz, and that's why it was the statement of eternal love. And some of these are kind of in that teardrop shape as well, aren't they, which is adorable. You have got 10 carats worth on the 2mm faceted rounds. Now just bear that in mind for me. 2mm. 2mm. Personally, I can't even draw a perfect circle of a 2mm, let alone have essentially a lathe in front of me with tiny pieces of gemstone to try and get them so perfectly round on a 2mm lathe, because don't forget, these aren't put into a mould, these are created, these are hand-faceted, hand-created by people. So first off, you have to make them into a 2mm perfect circle, perfect, because don't forget, because they're 2mm, due to scale, even if you just slightly brush off one slight edge, because it's only 2mm and because of the scale of it, it's going to be obvious. As opposed to, say, if you had a 10mm, if you were half a mil out on one side, you probably wouldn't notice that much, would you? But on a 2mm, that could be sort of a third of it, couldn't it? So that's really obvious. And then you have to facet it perfectly with these micro facets. And you can see those sparkling from where you are, can't you?
I just had an image of you sat on a lathe with Patrick Swayze then, with Unchained Melody in the background.
Like, is that from Ghost?
Yeah.
I've not seen that film. Yeah, I know.
Oh gosh, okay.
But
that
I
went
like
completely over your head
that.
then.
I like the idea of that.
Okay.
Kind of my eyes closed. I know that happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Oh,
okay.
That's my weekend sorted. So you've got the 2mm faceted rounds. You've then got those long drums, and those size on those is 16 by 8, 165 carats worth. And then you've got Aphrodite's tears themselves in these beautiful drops, 10 by 8mm. They're 180 carats worth for 3 strands. Your price point today shouldn't be, but it is going to be just £11.95 for you on those today. The workmanship that goes into them is absolutely astonishing. One thing I do love about rose quartz is it goes with so many different skin tones, doesn't it? It really, really does. Did I hit my mic? Sorry. It goes with so many different skin tones, doesn't it? It really, really does. It's beautiful. £11.95 for you today. Congratulations to absolutely all of you. 3 strands at that price. Lots of you coming in. Oh wow, these are huge. Look at them. These are agate columns. Oh my goodness. Oh, for any of those slightly geeky people like myself out there who just love seeing how Mother Nature works, this is going to be the strand for you, because it's so interesting. Take a look, you're getting 2 of these today, and they are your agate columns. They're really heavy, really heavy. 750 carats worth per strand. That is a huge amount, isn't it? If you don't know, if you're not totally sure what a carat is, because, you know, let's face it, not everybody is totally aware. Carats, in this case, are a weight that apply only to genuine gemstones. We can't use them, you couldn't use them on plastic. You couldn't say, oh, you've got 5 carats worth of plastic gem here, even if it was a faux, you wouldn't be allowed to. So it's only used for genuine gemstones, and it's the grams worth, 5 grams for the carat weight. So that's what we've got here, 750 on each strand. So you have got serious faceting working around these. Let me show you as well. This is what I mean. I'll just pick out one because it's the one at the end. This is what I mean about Mother Nature just working with us. Can you see kind of the internal interest within here? And that takes place inside. That's purely due, get my favourite tool out, first time today. That's purely due to how Mother Nature brings this together. But it's amazing. You will be able to see all of that, and it happens at different depths inside. There's banding on this, there's layers on this, and it's purely due to Mother Nature working with all of these different minerals and elements and just building them up over time. Your price for both today is £9.95. £5 each, anyone? For that carat weight, that is astonishing. Now, Mark, I'll be honest with you, this isn't a shape or a size or a facet that we're often used to seing. So I'm sure a lot of people would like a little bit of inspiration from you. Have you got any ideas?
Yeah, I'd go completely non-jewellery making. I know. Bathroom accessories.
Okay, love that.
One would make a really nice light pull.
Yes.
And then they would make really interesting doorknobs on your drawers and your beds, you know, your bedroom, your bathroom cabinets.
That's
That'd be
a good
fantastic.
idea.
I'd love them.
That's a really nice idea, actually.
Yeah, just use them in the home. Because I thought they might be. I think they're a bit too big for cufflinks. I don't know actually. They might be. Do you think they'd be right at cufflinks with a pearl on the inside?
Possibly.
Yeah, they might work.
Yeah. And they are quite heavy, so also if you did have them as cufflinks, you could do a little bit of weightlifting on your day out, couldn't you? £9.95 for you today. They're absolutely beautiful, aren't they? Congratulations to you all. Now, it's that time. I told you it'd be under half an hour and I did not let you down. Macrame board. This is the mini macrame board and it's in our white colour palette. I've got 150 on the nose. Get on the phone now. CJZX93 is your code. This is your mini macrame board. Now, I know that a lot of people will exclusively get their hands on the mini macrame board because they might already have 1 or 2 of the large, but they will purposely buy so many more of the mini. Why is it? Why is that? Why is this so popular?
Because it is so portable. You can put it in your tool bag. You can put it in your hand. You can put it in your hand. Could you get that in your handbag? I don't know what size of your handbag.
Oh my goodness, my handbag is like huge? Mary Poppins. You can get the sink in it. It's huge.
Yeah. And again, we were talking earlier about setting up for craft fairs because you always get that hour about 1 o'clock where everyone's having lunch.
Yes.
And it goes really quiet. So to be able to set up that board with 5 or 6 bracelets ready to go, just to keep you busy. You can even sell them on there and then if you've made them. So
yeah, of course you can.
No, they're really good.
And I suppose if there's something someone likes, but maybe they want it a different colour, you could just
perfect. Yeah, take your stash with you and make one up there and then. Yeah.
This is your mini macrame board. It's from 26.5 to 18.5 centimetres. It's just £6.95. They're flying out like birds at winter. There's loads and loads of them in baskets. There's loads and loads of multi-buyers on these as well. They are great, they're portable, they're wonderful for if your working area is quite a small space. So for example, when I'm making my jewellery or crocheting or whatever, my working area is my knee, to be honest, because I just craft on the sofa. So for me, it's quite handy to have something small and portable that if someone knocks on the door, I just pop it on the armrest and nip off. And it's quite handy to have this. And it is durable, it's workable. And again, it's the white colouring as well, which is so useful for you to really see the full potential of your beautiful gemstones.
I'm just going to show you something. I've had this over a year now, and it gets used a lot, as you can imagine. So look, because you know it doesn't fade. You slight bit of wear and tear down the middle, but this is, if you look under your under your nails, it says cords. I have 3 boards that are mine. Yeah. One for wire, one for beading threads, and one for cords. Okay, so this is my cord. So this has things like wax cord, satin cord used on it. And that's nearly 18 months now of constant use, and you can see it's still amazingly good condition, isn't it?
And am I right in saying it's because you've got kind of the different thicknesses, etc., they become a little bit loose, don't they?
Yes, that's why we recommend having 3 or 4 Kumihimo boards as well, depending on the material used, because if you're going to be using leatherette, for example, which is 2 mil, over time the little slots will open out, and you won't be able to use things like beading thread because it would slip out and you wouldn't get that hold for it. So so we always have at least 2 or 3 with different cords.
It's fab, isn't it?
Yeah, they're ace. I love mine.
I've got 100 gone already. I'll give you that back. I've got 100 gone. Hi. I've got 100 of these gone, 30 in baskets. I've got about 20 opportunities left. At $6.95, you can't ignore that price point, can you? For basically a product that we all want, love and need. Congratulations to everyone. I'm going to say commiserations straight away because there are people about to miss out. $6.95 for you today. Congratulations, everybody. Designer inspiration. Lovely, lovely Mark. Already. It's that time already,
I know,
Mark.
I know. It's flying by.
Isn't it? Time flies when you're having fun. Doesn't it, Mark?
I'm loving working with this quartz. I don't want to stop using it. We haven't introduced the second part of my challenge yet.
I love that. Isn't that nice? Time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it, Mark? Yeah, I really like working with this quartz. Here's me getting ready. Really love working with quartz. Cool.
Sorry.
I'm just joking. We have got your second challenge coming up for you in a little bit. We forgot to bring it to you, but that will be with you in a little bit.
It will. Are we playing this now?
No. We're doing designer
Are we still doing the
inspiration
price that Phil said before the show?
I don't know. He hasn't confirmed nor denied. He's not telling me anything. He's just said I ain't saying nothing.
And have we got more than the last kit?
No. I have got for you today your second designer inspiration kit. The collection we've got in here is really, really something, genuinely. Quantity-wise, I wish I could say I had hundreds. I don't. I had 70 of my last kit. I've got 65 of this one. You know the last kit sold out within moments. This one is going to do the same because there are so many special pieces in this that I don't think you'll want to ignore. First off, let's start with the clasp, shall we? Because they are centerpieces. Take a look. Now I've done these before, I've done these clasps before in this variety, but I've got 3 clasps and they all have different details which I haven't brought to you before, so I'm really excited to do so today. These are your fancy toggle clasps that we have here. Size-wise, you're going to love this. We're looking at around 46 mil on the T-bar and 30 mil on the round. Can you get over that? This is statement, big, bold detail, isn't it? Absolutely massive. So you've got this in the gold. Don't forget, they're all copper internally, but then they've got that genuine gold plating on the outside. You've got one that's similar in style, but with kind of a little bit more of that gizmo ripple effect. And the T-bar on this one is around 36 centimetres. And then lastly, but by no means leastly, I think this is possibly my favourite one, I have to say, because I just love the details in here. I think they're so, so eye-catching. Take a look. Wow. Isn't that beautiful? Realistically. You could inlay gemstones on here. You could put little bits of resin in here. Don't forget for me as well, I know that we're saying these are T-bars, and I know we're saying that. This is copper-based. That means that if you wanted to, you could inlay polymer into this and just use that beautiful piece there almost as a cameo frame and do your own little polymer cameo within there, because you can bake this in the oven. So do use it as a pendant if you so wish. You've got a massive, massive 3 of these beautiful T-bars with those individual effects. They're absolutely fab, aren't they? 3 of those. You're also going to be getting the satin cord. So 10 meters of each, and it's 1 mil in thickness. You've got your whites. Mark, I haven't played a game with you today.
You're going to play a game with me?
Yeah, can we play the alliteration game? The alliteration game is, we say a colour, but the word to describe it that we used before has to begin with the same letter. So I might say, magical magenta.
Okay.
Okay? It's going to be good. Mark's never played this game before, have you, Mark?
No.
Only saved this for my very favourite people.
This is not the 3-word game.
No, it's not the 3-word game.
Yeah.
This is harder, I would say.
Okay.
Okay, so this one's yours.
Yep. What colour are you calling it?
Well, no, it's up to you, right? This is not the game. I'm not giving you hints. You can call it whatever you want.
Okay, passionate purple.
Whoa, passionate. I like that. I'm going to go for lovable lavender. And not that I've saved this one till the end for any reason, but this one's yours. Okay.
I'm going to say a different letter for the first word because it's sort of, you'll get where I'm coming from.
Okay, go on.
It sounds really random, but it's the first thing that popped into my head. Car wash white.
Car wash white?
Yeah, it's the first thing that came into my head.
Car wash?
Yeah.
Why does that remind you of a car wash?
The colour white. I've no idea why. You said the first thing that popped into my head.
I adore that so much. So you've got all of this satin cord, you've got 40 metres worth. We've also got your beautiful, beautiful wire here. Goodness, that is a gorgeous colour, isn't it? This is your 0.4, it's your lavender colour. Relatively new to us here. We kind of launched the colours realistically on our 4th birthday, didn't we? But then they kind of dwindled off because we sold out of them. We've got them back in stock for you, and you've got 10 metres worth of your 0.4. When you see how Mark's used them in these designs, it's for the macrame, but it is also and for some highlight pieces, twisted as well. Mark has used this, so it's beautiful. Let's get on to the gemstones now, shall we? Because you've got plenty and the quality is superb. I absolutely adore this strand because it's crackled quartz, which I've already talked to you about how much I adore them. However, it's the frosted detail. So let me show you. This is the one you're getting in the kit. Your size on those is 12 mil. So this is frosted. Now it's hard to see the frost unless I give you an idea of how it looks polished. So this is that strand I showed you earlier on of the polished crackled quartz. So you can see, can't you? Look, you've almost got this velvet-like feel on this one. Whereas on this, you've got that real high shine effect, haven't you? So this is your frosted in those quartz, and they're 12 mil. Big, beautiful, bold statement. But then they've got that nice subtlety to them as well. You're then getting your purple-coloured quartz. Massive graduation on these, absolutely huge. You've got from delicate 5 mil all the way to your massive 15 mil for you. Beautiful purple colour. Does that look purple to you? Can I ask that? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Because it's so rich. It looks kind of darker to me. It is almost, there it is. That's a bit better to see, isn't it? That's more of the purple that you're getting. It's just because the light is so intense and so straight on here, it can be hard to see that play of colour through. So it does look a little bit darker to you, but that is more like the colour you'll be getting. Almost a Zambian tone, but imagine it without the background of pink, and that's what you're getting. You're then gonna get, which goes so well with the clasps, golden pyrite. That couldn't have been planned better, really, could it? Look at the colour of that beautiful golden coloured pyrite from around 3x2 to 5x2, and those are your plain rondelles. They just work exceptionally well, don't they? And lastly, but by no means leastly, I've got to say, really wonderful moonstone. Now, I will say, it's quite hard for you to see under these lights any of that shiller, but to the eye I can see quite a bit actually. Lots of blue pops through here. The thing I do actually like about this strand is, it's not, it's got this almost banding upon it, doesn't it? It has these areas of interest which is rarely seen actually with moonstone, and that's how we get it in its natural form, and it has got that beautiful shimmer on some of these just under the surface. So let's reiterate, shall we? I have got 4 strands for you. I've got your beautiful rose quartz, no, your moonstone, your pyrite, your purple quartz and your crackle quartz. I've then got your beautiful array of satin cords. Genuinely, I've got to say, our satin cord is amazing quality. I have been in papercraft for many years, and I recently, probably about a month or so now, found some old satin cord that I probably bought a couple of years ago, and it had lost its shine. It had lost its shine. I didn't buy it from here, I bought it from a crafting stall. It had lost its shine. It had almost gone kind of dry, and it didn't have the appeal. Ours doesn't do that. Ours will stay beautiful, high shine sheen. It's really cracking quality. You've then got your wire in there as well, the 0.4 in that purple, and don't forget these 3 beautiful, bold, big statement pieces with your clasps. Your price is on screen now, or is it? No, it's not that price. It's not £39.50, although that's a bit of a bargain actually, isn't it? For 4 strands. Today, your price is going down to just £28.95 for you today for 4 strands, 3 massive statement, look at me focal point connectors for 40 metres worth of that wonderful satin cord and 10 metres worth of the wire. What do you think of that price, Mark?
Pretty ridiculous, isn't it? And you know, I didn't use the toggle clasps.
No.
I've saved them for special projects.
Oh, I see. I see. I've saved them.
Yeah.
For something special. I love that.
They're ace. No,
well,
they're amazing.
You? They are
they're
so
amazing.
statement, aren't they?
No, it's for doing. I'm going to use mine for micro macrame pieces using Eslon threads.
Okay.
You remember the 60 cord?
Oh, I see. Oh, wow, that's going to be
Remember the lark's head knot?
Yes, I know exactly.
That's how I'm going to attach them to the clasps.
Love that idea.
Yeah, that
well,
is.
you better send us in pictures.
Oh, well, I'll bring them in and show you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. £28.95, boy. Congratulations. Lots and lots of you are coming in for that. OCGC 59. It's an absolute bargain for the amount you're getting in particular. And if you want those statement clasps, you need to be quick. Let's head on over, shall we? I'm coming on over to you.
How long have you been saying, and lastly but no means leastly?
I don't know, that's just something I say.
Oh, it's really nice.
In life.
It makes me chuckle.
Does it? Lastly but my name, I don't think it's a real thing.
I've never heard anyone else say it. No,
Have you not?
No, that could be your epitaph.
Well, I say it all the time.
Lastly but no means leastly.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Don't know if it's the thing. Just these things just come out of my mouth. I don't think about it.
It's nice.
Thanks. Speaking of nice, see what I did there?
Yeah.
Your collection is, well, nice is a bit of an understatement. You've done such a fab variety, and what a gorgeous palette of colour and a beautiful array in which you've used them. I love how for none of these pieces you've kind of gone, right, let's use it all together.
No, I can't do that.
Yeah, you've very carefully looked at what you've got. You've picked out the pieces, you've picked out the colour, the shapes, the tones that are going to work well together. Yes, and I think you just brought it out of itself.
There's 2 distinct sets of jewellery in there, isn't there?
Yeah.
I tend to do that with kits. I'm not good at mixing it all up and free form, I think Laura Binding would call it.
Yes. Organic, free form.
Yeah, I can't do that.
You're more structured, aren't you?
Completely, yes, yeah. But no, I was really pleased how this came out. I said we've got the 2 looks. So we've got the sort of the bridesmaid, mother of the bride sort of look, and then we've got that sort of Bollywood. I just love it. We were trying to work out whether it's sort of along the Bollywood theme, or is it quite Japanese, Oriental sort of pergola sort of style, isn't it? So it's quite...
Whatever it is, it's so wearable and beautiful.
Imagine 2 of those as earrings.
That's got my name all over it. I absolutely love those. They are beautiful. And you've done your cufflinks.
Yeah, no, I would wear those. I'd wear those easily along that theme. That's just 2 head pins and a jump ring in the middle again, and exactly what we did earlier. But they're just, they're ace.
What did you think of the frosted? Because we
don't
see frosted in often.
It's one of my favourites. I love frosted gemstones. We don't have enough of them, in my opinion. No, I don't think we do.
I don't think we do
without
either.
a doubt. And they're massive.
They're massive.
They're huge. They're beautiful. Do you drink black coffee, same as me?
I do, yeah. Oh, do
no
you?
sugar, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no sugar. So, same as spellbinding. Laura Binding does either.
That's right.
Oh, let's start a group.
Let's shall we?
Now, where are we going to be starting with your makes today?
First of all, I thought I'd show you a quick recap on the herringbone. It's a technique that I do quite often. It's one of my favourites, and I get asked on Facebook to recap it for new viewers, basically, because we get lots of new viewers coming in, and it's one of these techniques that we start off using hemp, and we've moved on, and now we do some amazing wirework bangles as well. So it's one of these techniques you can use any medium for, and it's so simple. Again, it's based on the square knot. 1 lazy, 3 working instead of 1 set.
Okay.
So exactly the same. So I thought I'd quickly show you how we begin with those.
Wonderful, yeah, let's.
And these satins are just ace.
Because I've got to say, I don't know whether it's because of the weave itself or because you've got that array of colour, but it looks intricate. It looks a bit scary, almost. It looks a bit, this is going to be really difficult, but it's not.
No, not at all.
Great for beginners.
Perfect, easy. You can do the square knot, you can do the herringbone.
Fab.
Easy. So what I've got on my board, I've got 1 lazy strand, which I managed to get the beads on. Okay,
on that satin cord?
On the satin cord. So you've got the frosted, and then what I've done, I've graduated in size from small to large to small.
Okay.
Some of the purple quartz. If you have an issue, some of the bead holes are smaller than others. So if you do have an issue, a little tip that lots of the designers use. This is not only clear nail varnish, it's nail strengthener, which I try to use quite often. Okay. With a few nail issues. So nail strengthener, and all I do is I just pop a couple of blobs in my fingers and just work harden 1.5 inches of the satin cord. Okay. Leave it for 10 minutes to dry. Especially on workshops, is people dab it on and they start working with it straight away, and they still won't be able to get it through the holes. No, of course. Okay. So leave it for about 10 minutes to dry solid, and then take a sharp pair of scissors or your wire cutters from your toolkit and cut at a diagonal angle. Okay. Okay. Just like so, so you get a nice point. When that starts fraying, inevitably it will, okay, don't cut the tip off. Come down at least 1 centimetre away, because what will happen is if you cut the tip off, it'll just continue fraying and you'll still have the same issue, which is why you harden 1.5 inches. Okay, yeah, and then you've got that play to keep cutting centimetres away, and by which time you'll be able to get your cord on, okay? So I've taken the 3 colours, I've gone for white, I've gone for the, what did you call that?
Magical magenta.
Oh yeah. Okay, plum. And then regal purple. Okay, so we've gone for the 3 colours. It's entirely up to you how you use them on your board. So I've got 1 piece for my lazy. You could go for the purple if you wanted to. Yeah. Length of the board plus 6 inches top and bottom that enable you to attach it to your small board. Okay. Okay. So we take a piece of any colour you like. Again, you probably need about 4 foot, 4.5 foot, something like that, depending on the size of the bracelet. And all we're going to do is we're going to thread it underneath our lazy, and we're going to tie a square knot. Okay, so we do the left-hand side first, and then we do the right. So that's the square knot. That's as difficult as it's going to. That's as difficult as it's going to get. Okay, get rid of those cords out the way, and we take our next colour. So we go for your plum. Okay, and we'll do exactly the same thing.
And you're attaching the magical magenta onto car wash white lacy strand.
I don't know why I thought that.
No, me neither.
It comes into my head. And again, so we're going to tie a square knot underneath. Remember we did that in the first kit when we did the triple Shambala.
Yes,
we did the 2.
Yeah, the 2. Yeah.
So we've got our 2. Flip that out the way. You don't just having to use 3 with this. You can use 4, 5, 6, as many as you like. As many as you like. Okay. So
and we just had a message in then, did we? Sorry. For you, Mark. Hi, Becky and Mark. Oh, hello. Oh, it's my neighbour. Hello, Pauline. I have watched Mark since his journey at JM started, and he has developed into a brilliant designer and tutor. Love your work, Mark.
Oh, thank you.
Isn't she lovely? Pauline.
Oh, that's really kind. October the 25th just gone was my 3rd anniversary.
Was it?
Of my first proper show.
Be honest, has that gone slow or has it flown?
Flown incredibly quickly.
Yeah.
And December the 9th, 2 weeks' time, or 3 weeks' time, it was 2 years since I had to give up my day job
to come
and concentrate on jewellery maker and jewellery, and I don't know where the time's gone.
Blimey, Charlie.
It's flown by.
That's amazing, isn't it? It really is. Debbie, Oh, Mark, rushed home from work because I knew it was your first DI, just tuned in and not disappointed. What lovely pieces. Becky, you look lovely. Oh, Deborah, you little love, thank you. She's rushed home specifically to see you.
That's very kind, thank you. That's nice, that's nice.
Deborah, I hope you're having a wonderful afternoon. Oh, you've finished work, put your feet up, love. Get a brew on. It's nearly 5 o'clock.
What's happening at 5 o'clock?
Do you know what's happening at 5? You can officially have a drink at 5 o'clock, can't you? That's why people always say it's 5 o'clock somewhere. No? No. Just us? Anybody else? Anybody?
8 o'clock. We know if we're having a drink, it's 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock?
Yeah.
Sleep by then. Thank you for your messages. Feel free to keep texting in.
Okay, so I've attached my 3 cores using, bring it down a little bit, using just simple square knots. We can do exactly the same as we did with that first technique. So we're going to take the top set, we're going to drape them over set 2 and set 3, and we're going to tie a square knot.
Yeah.
And as I said, I've got a workshop on Wednesday, which I'm really excited about. It's a brand new workshop.
New one.
Yeah, macrame with wire. And we'll be doing Christmas icicles using this technique.
Christmas icicles?
Yeah,
oh, is it a Christmas theme?
No, it's not. It's brand new wire work macrame. And I'm very excited because we've got 10 ladies coming.
Oh my gosh, you're full.
House. Yeah.
Full house.
Yes, and at one point we'll be having 4 pieces of wire each. So it could be a bit interesting in that little room.
Wowzers.
So we will see.
Are you going to be doing it again then after this one?
Yes.
Fingers crossed.
January.
Do we have a date for that? January.
24th of January, I think. I think it'll be on or speak to Wendy.
Yeah.
In the
have
workshop.
a little nosy if you want to get on board. Do you have to have done wire work before, or can you just have done macrame?
Basic macrame. We'll just be using square knots, but we'll be using 0.4, 0.6, and 0.8 wire.
That's exciting.
So no, I can't wait. We're doing cabochon wrapping Wednesday. Yeah. And I've got intermediate macrame tomorrow, so I'm back tomorrow.
Oh, good. I'll be able to have a nosy at your pieces.
Yeah, it'd be good fun.
I love that one.
So I've done my 3 little sections. We can start incorporating the beads now. So all we do is repetitive, is we take up our first bead, we take the top set, we drape it over the top 2 sets and the bead, and we cage it in exactly the same way as we would do a Shambala bracelet. So that's our white. Then we take our top set. So as long as you remember top over 2, top over 2, top over 2, and just keep going, you can see that they start caging really nicely. 2, and then we do the 3rd. Like so. And these colours work so well with it. I think it's just stunning.
They're gorgeous, aren't they?
Beautiful colours. I love our satin. I don't think I've seen it anywhere else that does better satin than us.
And genuinely, the thing is, it might sound a little bit naff when I say genuinely our quality of satin cord is amazing, because people would think, well, it's satin cord is satin cord, blah. But no, satin cord quality changes dramatically.
Completely.
And I do think ours is fab.
No, I love it, especially with the little bobbins that we get now.
Oh, they're fab, aren't they?
They're ace,
yeah, they're wonderful.
So I've caged in a purple, and you do exactly the same. You take up one of your frosted quartz, and then you take the top over the 2, and you just keep going until you've made your bracelet or your necklace, your choker, your key rings, earrings. I mean, you could stop at this point once we've done the 3 here, and make an amazing earring. So it's a really versatile little technique.
That's a gorgeous idea.
It's lush. Or a pendant, anything. You can just keep, it's endless what you can do with this.
You could tie pin.
You could tie pin. You could actually.
I love that as a tie pin.
Yeah, you could.
Oof.
Yeah, so you stop there, for example, and then you make a really nice earring or a pendant drop.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Just keep going. And then to finish, all we do is we flip it over. We take these beads off.
Okay.
Pretend we've used those.
Okay. Imagination.
Okay, and we flip it over, and it looks like some sort of bizarre alien creature from the back. And what we do is we finish off exactly the same way as we did that first technique. Do you remember with the surgeon's knot?
Yes.
So we take the top set, and we do once and then twice, and pull nice and tight. And what you can see, when you pull, it actually turns into a knot, and it disappears.
Oh, that's good.
Then we take the second.
Mark, can I fill you in on things that happen in my ear?
I'm just wondering, because I hope I'm not being laughed at, am I?
No! No, we never laugh at you.
I'm thinking, have I made a mistake?
No.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's never laughing at you. It's just the things that people say to keep them entertained. So my director Ben's watching this going, I wonder what the longest macrame ever was, the longest piece. They couldn't find that. They found the longest crochet chain though. So crochet chain is what you do is the base chain before you go into all your weaves. So it's just the loop over. 130 kilometres long.
Wow.
4 months to make it took.
And what would you do with it? You don't know. Does it say what it was made out of? Does it say what they used?
Does it say what it's made out of? World record it is. No, it doesn't say. You'd imagine yarn, wouldn't you? You'd imagine.
Yes. Okay.
4 months to do a chain. Bit much, isn't it?
Bit weird.
So that's your next challenge.
Yes. So I've surgeon knotted the top 2 sets.
Yeah.
Dab of glue, cut them away. These 2 sections plus your lazy, you'll use one of these little lobster claw extender clasps that I found in my stash.
Yeah.
So all of those 3 would sit in there nice and snugly, and then you do the same at the top with the single strand in the other part of the clasp, which is what I did on the completed bracelet at the back.
Piece.
Yes.
Turn that round.
So that's the herringbone. As I said, you can use all materials, including wire. Wire looks stunning. I love making it with wire.
That's wonderful, isn't it? I absolutely adore.
And it's so simple.
Because I've got to admit, to me it looks a little bit, that's going to be tricky. But maybe it's just because of the amount of colours. It looks like you must have put a lot of thought into it. But actually, pretty easy, isn't it?
Pretty easy.
So congratulations to everybody who got those. What did you say to do then, love? Eye pins. So I'm going to bring you some eye pins now. I know so many people have been asking for eye pins because we've kind of been. Well, we don't do them that much anymore. We don't do them in your findings packs anymore, do we? We used to a few months ago, but in the newer ones, we haven't been doing them. We've been going much more for the head pins with the funky designs, but we don't actually have eye pins in there. I've got 3 colours for you now. So you have got a little bit of something for everybody. We got voted by you guys at home, your #1 favourite colour in the metals. We've got our silver. You've got 100 of these, just to let you know. 30mm length and a 3mm eye on these. You've then got your super duper warm, gorgeous, your beautiful warm gold. Oh, they're all snuggling each other. You've got your golden colour in here as well. So do not forget that you've got the base of copper, but then enveloping that is that genuine gold. And then lastly, but by no means leastly, one that you say is often your biggest seller.
Yeah, I love it. It's getting there. We're getting more and more asked for it.
Ooh.
Stunning, isn't it?
It's beautiful, isn't it? Rose gold. It's great because it is kind of the midway between the silver and the gold, isn't it? It's absolutely beautiful. So 300 we have here of your eye pins. Your price point for the 3 colours is just...
Oh my word. That's special.
Isn't it? At that price point, even if you have been getting our findings kits recently and you're running low on these essentials, well, now is your opportunity to get your hands on them. The silver, the gold and the rose gold. Great to give you a hand on things like your rosary link chain, because let's face it, you're cutting your time in half, aren't you?
That's what I'd use them for.
Yeah. It's also wonderful for things like your earrings as well, because then you have the loop at the bottom, so you can have little suspended pieces, almost like you have on this one, really.
Yes, that's right.
Because it gives a little bit of movement, doesn't it? I've got loads of these, so do not worry. If you want them, you've got the opportunity to do so. £7.95 for you today for 300 of these beautiful eye pins. And they are an essential, aren't they?
That's incredible.
That's a fab price, isn't it? Bit special for you all today. £7.95. Congratulations to you all. I've now got, very quickly to squeeze in, that's a bit dubiously balanced.
It's very dubious.
Be all good.
Can I take it away, because that's going to make me feel anxious?
I'll just pop it there.
Okay.
Just balancing things a bit precociously. I have got some satin cord for you now. Isn't that a beautiful variety of colour? I went on Friday to Transmitting Andy Warhol. It opened on Friday. It's at the Tate in Liverpool. And these are the colour tones that I've seen time and time again in those pieces. Oh my goodness, so beautiful. You've got 1 mil on all of these, and you have 10 metres worth on every single one. We've got hot pink, we've got that beautiful purple, you've got kind of a bronze tone, you've got magical magenta, you've also got your ivory, you've got your lavender, you've got that bold orange tone, and then you have your primrose at the bottom. So it's all 1 mil in thickness. We can see on the designs we've done earlier, these will go through some of your gemstones, especially the gemstones that we've got in the kit. We'll go through some of those. You have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 80 metres worth in here. Should be £15.60, but we're doing a special price today as an alternate colourway. Very special price.
Ooh. That's less than 9p a metre.
We have pre-production meetings, and the producer does go through with you exactly what you've got in the show and what price. But sometimes, you know, there'll be a good Britney song on in the background, or someone will bring in the sandwiches or whatever, and you kind of forget and drift out a little bit. I completely forgot we were going to that price, I'll be honest with you. £6.95 for 80 metres worth. This is great for this time of year. It's great to stock up on this sort of thing. If you've got kids, if you've got grandkids, if you've got family friends with kids and they're going to be off on their school holidays very soon for Christmas, this is the great type of thing to keep them entertained, because you can teach them very easily mediums such as your macrame, mediums such as your kumihimo. Even if you're just into doing little simple friendship bracelets with a braid, you can use these. They can pick their own colour palette. We can even use these for paper crafts, let's face it. Crocheting as well. This is such a wonderful variety of medium. So do treat yourself at that price point. No brainer, isn't it? £6.95 for 80 metres worth. Congratulations, everyone.
It's 1.5 metres to do your average friendship bracelet.
Yeah. So I could do, well, about 45 friendship bracelets, more than that.
Yeah.
I don't even have that many friends, to be honest, Mark.
I don't.
No. I don't think anyone does, do they? I do on my Facebook page, obviously, but...
So if you split those up into two groups,
yeah.
See if you do the same as me.
Into 2 groups?
Yeah.
Interesting. I would do... Hang on. Would I do that?
Yeah, exactly the same as I would do. That's nice. I love those 4 together. They're beautiful.
Do you know why that is? It's because we're both...
Aquarius.
No, we're not.
We are?
I'm Pisces.
You're February, or you're the end of February.
Yeah, I'm the end of February. We're both February babies, though, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
£6.95 for you today. Congratulations to everybody. I had a message in. I love Mark too. I have still got recordings on my planner from when he first started, and I record all his shows. No room left on Planner or Alice.
I've got my first show I've saved is the 1st of November 3 years ago, which was my first show with Vicky.
Oh yeah.
She'd just come back from having her second child, and that was my first show that I've got on.
Oh, that's so
I'm a lot wider.
That's all I'm going to say.
Stop it. Mark, while you're still on here, what size of wire do I use to make macrame bracelets, and what length do I use? Love your work, very inspirational. It's from Teddy Bear in Texas. Hey, Teddy, you alright?
So whatever thickness you can get through your bead determines the size of your lazy. I would recommend 0.6. I wouldn't. I'd recommend 1 mil.
Okay.
For the working strands, if you're a beginner, I would use 0.4 as you're working, just to get used to the way that the wire feels.
Texture, yeah.
But I use 0.6, so 1 mil for the lazy and 0.6 for your working.
Okay.
That gives you a really structured brangle, that we call it. But yeah, so give 0.4 a go first of all, just to get used to how it feels, because you don't want the wire kinking. So just take your time and then move on to 0.6.
That's wonderful. Thank you very much for that. Do feel free to keep on sending those messages in with us till 5. Right, where are we off to?
Okay. Right, I'm going to have just quickly show you a brief overview of the, I call it the Imperial necklace.
I see why you do. Yes. It has got that statement about it.
Fabergé look.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
So what I've done, I won't show you my rough sketches. What I've done is I've separated the remnants of the strand of the graduated purple quartz, okay? And I've gone into 5 sections, so if I can have the necklace across.
Absolutely.
Sorry, without knocking those off. Okay.
You can trust me.
I know. So
what? Steady steel, these.
So what I've got on the necklace here, as you can see, I've got 5 sections. Obviously, you'd have the longest section in the middle, and then as you work out, I've dropped 1 bead away. So if you can see the top row of the little 5mm, and then we go down to the 6, and then we go down to the 8, and then the 10, and right at the bottom, I think, is it 14?
15 is
15, isn't it? The largest one in the section.
Yeah.
And then at the bottom, I've used some of the frosted quartz, and then just to add an accent with a little bit of movement, little dangles, I've used the 3rd size of the purple quartz on your strand. Okay, so that's how I've built. So I'm just going to show you how we do the central strand, just to show you how we do the other bits, because you make them actually in separate pieces and attach them. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Lovely.
what I've got is I've got my holding cord. So this is going to be a holding cord again. Okay, make it long enough to hitch onto your board, and also we're going to be using the remnants of it as a lazy cord to do our twist knot at the end, okay, to make our necklace shape. So I've put 6 beads on because we're going to have 5 sections, okay? So depending on the number of sections, you would add 1 extra bead as your holding beads, okay? So we're going to separate them into 2 sections because we know that's going to be the middle, okay? Now we're going to take a piece of beading thread, okay, that we've all got in our stash at home. Okay, if I just turn the board round that way, we're going to take one end, feed it underneath, like so, gather at both ends, and we're going to thread on our beads. Okay, so the first one we're going to put on is our tiny little one. Okay, like so. Then we're going to put the next size, bearing in mind you want to leave the next size for our little dangle at the bottom.
Okay.
So we'll thread these on. Why have I picked the difficult beads to look at?
Why not?
So do our 3rd. You can see the mistake I've made. I haven't popped on my frosted quartz. So sorry. So we'll go down to the next one. And then we'll pop on our 3rd. And then we'll pop on our 4th. I just love graduated strands. We're going to be working with these on the workshop on Wednesday. We want us to be doing some bridal pieces as well. We're going to be doing tiaras and headbands incorporating wire macrame. So
it's a bit different, isn't it?
It's going to be quite interesting.
That's going to be really good.
It's going to be nice. And then we finish with our frosted quartz, which is even more difficult to find the drill hole. Can you see it?
Yes.
Normally I would look closer, but I don't want to get my head in the camera. Can you see it?
No, not anymore. I could. You've moved it.
There we go.
There it is.
So we thread on our 5, okay? So make sure that we've got...
Can you see it?
There we go.
Where is
so
it?
as you can see, we've got that really nice graduated pendant drop. Okay?
Yeah.
Pop the beads up to the top, but leave about ½ centimetre of beading thread showing. And then we're going to attach this to the bottom of our board to keep it in one place.
Okay.
Like so.
Your kit's coming back up on screen. Don't forget it was only $28.95 for everything in there.
Gosh, okay. So we've got our lazy strands showing. So this is where we take a piece of our cord. Now what I've done is, because we've got varying lengths, okay, what I've done is I've split this into 5 sections, and I'm going to have bits left over. Okay. One of the bits I had left over you could use as your holding strands.
Fab.
And then it just stops you running out at the last minute and ruining the whole necklace.
Okay, good.
Okay, but what I'll just show you is how we... So I'm just going to take a small section.
Of approximately how long?
Here I've only got a couple of feet.
Okay.
But for the finished piece you will have 5 pieces of 2 meters.
2 meters.
Yep. And then of those 2 meters, you're going to cut it in half, so you have meters. Does that make sense?
Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you need 2 sections. So we'll do that. I'll just take smaller pieces off. Oh, we've got Janet this evening.
Oh, well,
or
that's nice,
Jan.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got 2 sections, and we just cut them so that they're the same length. Obviously, they'll be longer in your finished pieces. Okay, like so. What we're going to do is I'm going to turn the board around 180 degrees so we've got the top of the board. And this gets a bit tricky because we want to do a lark's head knot, but we've got a vertical and a horizontal. So what we need to do is take 2 ends under the holding cord on one side of your beading thread, and the other 2 the other side. Grab them again, pull nice and tight, and just before it hits your holding cord, take all 4 ends under.
Yeah.
Okay, and pull. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I missed one then. This is a bit fiddly. Again, this will be the fiddliest part. Okay, sorry.
That's all right.
We've got any macrame boards left?
Good question. A couple.
Gosh.
Literally, I've been told, literally a couple. 4 of the mini macrames left.
4. It's amazing.
Yeah.
There we go. It's better. Okay, so I've got my 4 ends, so I've got a lark's head knot now. Okay, but this position, that beading thread's in the way. So what we do is we separate them again, fold 2 underneath one way and 2 underneath the other.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll pop it back this way again. So now we've got 2 working strands either side of our lazy with our beading thread. Okay, so what I do then is I take a couple of my T-pins.
No T-pins left, sorry, but congrats to you all who got them.
Pop a T-pin to keep the holding cord in the same place. Okay, so what we're going to do then is we're going to take our 4 cords, 2 each side, and we're just going to tie a square knot. Okay, so 1, 2. So that's your square knot. Okay,
yeah.
This is where we start doing the little pattern now. So we take up our first bead. Okay, now this is 4 mil, isn't it? I believe the
around
first.
That, the first ones. So yeah, 4 or 5
Got a little
mil.
plan in front of me here.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to revert back to our board being vertical. Okay. And what we're going to do is this is 4 mil.
Yeah.
So we're going to do 4 half hitches. Okay. Now this consists a half hitch. Okay. You've got your 2 cords. You've got a distinct bottom and you've got a distinct top. Okay. We're going to attach this top onto our board. Okay. And we're going to take our bottom cord and we're going to do a half hitch. Now a half hitch is simply you do a letter B going across your other working strand, and all you do is you take it back underneath like
that
so.
one.
Yep, and you pull. Okay, so that's 1.
That's 1.
Then we pop that into the board, and we do the same with the other cord.
Still in the B shape or the D this time?
D this time.
Okay.
So we go over the other working, back underneath, and we pull up to the top. So that's 2.
Yeah.
Replace that. We take this second one and we do exactly the same, so back to the letter B, up to the top, so that's 3. And then we'll take this one and we'll do 4. So that's 4 with a 4 mil bead, okay? We turn it round, 180 degrees, and we do exactly the same with this side. So we've got our 2 cords, a distinct top and a distinct bottom.
Yeah.
Pop the top in the slot, and we do the left-hand side, replace it, do the second cord, half hitch, replace it, then we'll do the left hand side, replace, and then we'll do the right hand side. Okay, so we've got 4 either side with a 4 mil bead in the middle. So we gather up both sides now,
okay,
and we revert back to a standard square knot. So we push the bead up and we do 1 square knot. Let me tie it underneath, and you get that really nice sort of cloud frill all the way around the outside of the bead. Okay, so that's the left hand side, and then we do the right. Feed that underneath, like so. Okay.
Yeah.
Now the next bead is a 5 mil.
So we do 5.
We do 5 half hitches, 5 half hitches.
Yeah.
Then we're going to do a square knot around the bead. Then we'll take up our 6. So whatever millimeterage the bead is, you do exactly the same amount of half hitches either side, okay?
Yeah.
And then when you get down to the bottom, if I can have the necklace back.
Absolutely.
So when we get down to the bottom, if I just take that off. What we've got, when we get to the bottom, we tie the last square knot right at the base and we glue it, okay? Again, leave it overnight, okay, to set, and then go in with a sharp pair of scissors, bearing in mind we don't want to cut off that beading thread that we've got at the bottom. So when we get to the beading thread at the bottom, we're going to pop on a crimp bead, okay? Take the beading thread back through and squish.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, as you would with a normal crimp.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
and then we're going to pop on a crimp cover over the top, okay, just to finish it off really neatly. And then all we're going to do is the 6 mil bead from the graduated strand. We're going to use as a little toggle at the base of our piece of work, just as a little
movable accent, movable detail.
Yeah, a little toggle, if you like, at the bottom. Okay. So once you've done that middle section, you would then pop up 2 of your beads, your frosted quartz, and you would do either side. Okay. Then you would pop up your next beads. You would do either side. So then you would have your 5. You'd have your 5.
So that's how you get those
the graduated
spruces.
That's right. Now we'll do the last square. We'll do the last macrame, not just to say that we've done all 5 now.
Yeah.
Okay. So once you've got your little section of your 5 drops, okay, you take another piece of your satin cord that you'll have left over because you cut off way too much.
Okay.
Okay. And this is the twist knot. So got our lazy, which have been the remnants of our necklace. We take our working cord and we attach it, butting it up against that last bead.
Okay.
And we do the left-hand side of our square knot, and then we do the left-hand side of our square knot, and we do the left-hand side. So the twist knot is you decide on a side and you stick to it. There's no left, right, you stick.
Just one side.
You stick to one side, and as you can see, the twist.
And that's what makes it twist around, because it's all going in one direction.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see the twist forming now.
Well, the thing is, it looks like that would be a really difficult thing. But it's not.
No.
It's even easier than the square knot.
Absolutely. Very, very simple. So as you can see the twist, I've done 6 knots, look, and it's already
That just is a friendship bracelet.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah. So that's already the half twist. And you can see it's a really nice little sort of DNA strand. What is it called? A helix.
A helix, yeah.
You can see. And it's really simple. But in this satin cord and the white, it just looks so glamorous, and I just think it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
It's like a spiral staircase.
Yeah, it's lovely. And then when you get to the end on the length of your necklace that you want, just pop on again the lobster claws and the extenders on the end, and then you have your finished necklace.
Using those cord ends that we've got.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly how you finish it off. So this is the twist detail Mark's just shown you up here. That's the detail here, and then that's how we finish it off. Easy peasy.
So you just need to make sure that the millimeterage of the bead.
Yeah.
So if it's 10 mil, you do 10 half hitches both sides, and then gather them round. Yeah. So it's quite
really
easy to remember. Yeah,
that's really good. I like that. Thank you for showing us that, Mark. Now I'm going to do a quick little offer for you, and boy oh boy, when I say tools,
I haven't seen
I
this
mean it.
in real life.
Have you not?
No. Can I just weigh it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, that's so cool. Have a look, because boy oh boy, we have so many goodies here. And I'm going to ask the expert why you believe you want or need or have every single one of these tools, because I'm sure you do.
Well, these are really nice. They're these comfort grip with really nice little handles. They're smaller, so if you've got smaller little lady hands. Am I allowed to say that? Yes, I'm allowed to say that.
Too late, you already have.
I already have. I mean, my big chunky man hands, I mean, they will be too small for me, but for dainty work and for precision work as well, because they're very, very fine points at the tops. So they're perfect. I really, really like
I've got the precision heads. And this is the flat nose pliers and also your side cutters. We haven't had the side cutters in yonks, have we?
No, they're ace.
So congratulations already for people who are buying this. The side cutters are great because they can do your one side sort of flat and another side to a point if you wish to use them. So you've got 2 sets there. You've then got your steel block.
I use mine all the time because I like doing making jump rings for necklaces, and if you hammer them, you get really nice textured effect on them, especially with those type of bracelets that we were talking about earlier.
Yes, yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
That's
I don't use it enough though. I don't use it enough. I should use it more, I think.
Great if you've got things like your aluminium sheets as well and want to put in your lettering, or if you want to add texture to things. You then get the hammer ball as well. Now the great thing with this hammer is the fact that you have the 2 different sides to it. So you'll have the flattened side and you'll have the domed side. The important thing with this is the fact that you have that special elongated handle within here. It's got the wooden handle. Now the thing that's important, there you go, you've got a picture of it just there. The reason that's important is because as you're hitting onto the steel block, if you weren't to have the wooden handle, you would get a really bad reverberation, and we don't want that when you're working time and time again. So we don't have that with this, and it is designed for jewellery making, so do not think for a second you can go and raid your tool cupboard in the garage or under the sink, wherever you keep yours. It's not the way to do it at all. You will break wire, you will crush some pieces, you will get the wrong textures. So do treat yourself to this today. And actually, we've spoken about this quite a bit, but get yourself a variety of these hammers if you can. You might already have a hammer at home, but it is important to get yourself quite a variety, because, for example, if you're going to texture some pieces and then maybe you're going to flatten others, if you've been using one hammer and the flat side to texture, it will naturally texture itself. So as you're hammering to try and flatten something, it will give that texture that you just don't want. So get yourself a couple of those if you get your hands on. And then...
Now, this piece of wood is confusing me. I haven't seen the piece of wood before. I'm intrigued to know what it's used for.
I'm intrigued!
Yes.
Well, obviously, these will go together.
Yes.
Now, the reason that we will have these is for when you're creating your pieces. There's a couple of reasons, actually.
Yep.
Number one is if you use the flat side, it's to stop you
damaging your
work surface itself, because obviously you've got your metal on metal, haven't you?
Yes.
So that is actually designed, you can see it fits in there perfectly. Can you see that? And also you use, if you want to, you can use the angled side, and that's going to give you a different feel and a different look to your pieces. And it, again, depends on your work surface, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
So there's lots and lots, and as we can see, they all slide in there. So this is your beautiful peg. You've got your block, you've got your hammer, and you've got two of those precision end pieces. Your price should be £31.75. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. That's a stonker of a price, to be honest, isn't it? That's a fab. But we're going to make it irresistible.
Wow.
No one saw that happening, didn't they? £19.95. In some places, for your precision end professional jewellery making pliers, you'd be paying that, wouldn't you?
Oh, absolutely. Any day. I'm just thinking of the £2.95 postage. I mean, that's a weighty bundle there.
Well, this, by itself, to post, is around £6.95 to post.
I thought it might have been.
Isn't it? Yeah, because Gemma Crowe's tried to post it. £6.95 just to post this. So you're getting your money back already, even on the postage. Congratulations to absolutely everybody. £19.95. Jumbo tool selection.
Gosh, that's amazing.
Isn't it? You look chuffed at that, Mark. You look really chuffed.
No, that's fantastic.
There's loads and loads of these flying out. Congratulations to everybody. Right, hang on.
I love that vice, I think that's ace.
Stunk that behind me. Oh, I can't, there's Christmas things there. Thank you, Ryan. Didn't expect it to be that heavy, did you? Yeah, it's because I make it look so effortless. £19.95 for you.
Wow.
We're going to come back to you in a second. I'm going to really quickly do these.
What time have I?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you've got a good 7 minutes once I've done this.
Okay. Oh, I'll get my next. Oh, I didn't realise I had more time.
Yeah, if you want it.
Fantastic. Yeah. I'll quickly show you how we did the pendant.
We thought we'd bring these now because as Mr. Craft Stall.
Yep.
I don't know if that name's going to take off, but no.
It's better than Chip Boy.
Yeah, it's better than Chip Boy.
Yeah.
What did I used to call you? Lara Mark. That was good.
That's just as bad.
Wasn't it? That was a fun day, wasn't it, Mark?
Yeah. We'll go down in
weird,
history,
actually, because I kept calling you that, and that's the last time I worked with you. How strange.
Mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
You didn't do the paracord launch with me, did you?
I did, actually.
That was our last show together then.
Yeah, it was. Good day, good day. So we are bringing all these bags, and I'm thinking that you're perfect to talk us through these because I was wondering, on your craft stall, how do you package your pieces?
Yep.
Do you package your pieces?
I do package my pieces.
Why is it important?
Because that's the last little snippet that the buyer gets from you when they leave.
Absolutely.
Okay, you don't want to go through to talking to the customer about the piece of jewellery that they're going to buy, and then just give them their jewellery to walk out with, or pop them in. And nothing wrong with paper bags, but I think with jewellery you need something a bit more special. So all of my pieces come with a complimentary organza bag, whatever shape, size, form, and then I do have boxes as well that I sell in November and December for chaps who don't like wrapping and they want to buy just something boxed and ready to go there and then I sell boxes on, but I give these complimentary. So the best deal that you can get for giving away freebies is really important.
Absolutely, 100%. The lovely thing that I really like about these as well is not only they're in different colour palettes, so you could give the option if you wanted, but also they haven't actually got a label on them. So if you wanted to attach your own with your own little logo, your own little website, even if you just attach your business card to these somehow, then you can have that to give on, and even if they're given as gifts, the person who's been given it as a gift, not necessarily knowing you, has contact details for you if they want other pieces made.
Perfect.
Fab.
And
You've got
top
the
colours.
gorgeous, aren't they? Your black, come on, it goes with everything. Your beautiful regal purple, that sunshine yellow, and that workable white as well. Of these, we're going to be getting 10 of each, is it? Is that right? Yes. So you're getting 25 of each, sorry. Really? 25 of each, it says there. Look. 25 of each. That's going to keep you busy, isn't it? Okay. That's for a lot of cells, isn't it? So we've also got your organza cord itself. Now, I'll get the ribbon out. I'll get a few of these out because I'll be here all week otherwise, because there's absolutely loads.
Ribbon on for ages.
I know, isn't it nice to have it back?
Yes.
Look at the sheen on that one.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
And that's stunning.
Beautiful.
Just that kind of concertinaed up as a headpiece. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So we've got beautiful organza ribbon. I love this ribbon because it's got that gorgeous sheen, hasn't it? You've got your vibrant lemon. You've got your it's kind of a bridal mushroom. yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I'm a bit of a geek with mushrooms. I did a fungus forage a couple of weeks ago.
I love foraging.
Best day
I've
ever.
never been for fungus. We'll talk about it in the break. You've also got, look at all these colours you're getting. You're getting your greens, you're getting your mint, you're getting your oranges, you're getting your periwinkle, you've got your white in there, tan, you've got your bronze, you've got your antiques bronze as well in there. So look at all of that. You're getting 10 metres within each one of these skeins. So do treat yourself today, because that is absolutely loads,
and
isn't
it's
it?
one length.
One length, yeah, I'm checking that, not cut
really
off at all.
important.
All of this today, I've made a right mess. It's not nearly £27, it should be. Oh, sorry, that is so messy. It's almost £27, £16.75. £10 back in your pocket today. What do you think of that?
Well, I paid 24 from that well-known auction site before we started stocking them here. I was paying 25 pence each for these.
Were you?
And the quality, I'm feeling this now. This is really strong quality.
Really
as well.
good quality, isn't it? Absolutely fab. Congratulations.
So what's that then? 25p each, and how many are we doing? 125 of each. So that's 125 times 25p.
Yes. Which is a lot.
Yeah.
I'm no abacus, but even I know that's quite a bit.
Yeah, plus all the ribbons as well. That's amazing.
Isn't that a fab?
That's perfect.
It's wonderful.
And you could sell those for £1 each on your store.
You could, especially at this time of year.
Easy.
People do want a little bit of a easy way to package things, don't we?
That's ace.
Ace.
Sorry.
In your black, your purple, your yellow and your white. Get your hands in it whilst you can. If you're doing craft fairs, if you're doing Christmas presents even, get your hands on them because these are going to last.
So I would buy 2 lots and I'd keep those 2 colours for spring.
Good idea.
Mother's Day and
for
Easter.
your Mother's Day, your Easters.
Yeah,
love that. Right, I'm back with you,
Right, that's a bonus.
We've got a good 7 minutes.
Gosh, okay. We do get lots of time on this show.
I know, well, you're not used to it, are you?
No.
Well, it's all about the designer on this show. We like to spend as much time with you as we possibly can.
Okay.
No pressure.
No pressure. Okay. So what I'll quickly show you is how to macrame with wire. But this time we're going to do, this is another technique, so I do apologise, but it's one of my favourites I'm always asked for. We call it the daisy chain macrame technique. Okay. So this time we have beads, not only on the lazy strand, but also on the working strand as well. So it's quite a heavy beaded.
Big piece.
And this is just stunning. This is 0.4mm, which we get in the kit, which is really nice. So the first thing we need to do is have our lazy strand. Okay, so exactly the same way as you would on an ordinary piece of macrame. So the length of the board plus 6 inches top and bottom. Snip that off.
Length of the small board.
If I give you that.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Or the width of the large, it's the same pretty much. So if you turn them in each direction. Okay. So we attach the top of our board like so. Pop it over the top. And then this is why I feel it's important to have 3 different macrame boards if your budget will let you. Okay, so one for wire, because you can see this is this is both. This is beading thread, so I can get away with it with wire. But I see I've used it in the past with something, so you can actually see the little slot. Yes, yeah. So we attach it to our board. And what I loved about this particular kit were the strands of the Pyrite. It was Pyrite, wasn't it?
Yeah,
and the moonstone
Pyrite.
are graduated, so it does half the work for you. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my alternating pattern, the length of the pendant. So we'll take a small Pyrite off the cord. This is where the beading board comes in really handy, because you can lay the strands out. Can I bring that across onto the overhead just so you can see quickly? So you can lay it all out, and it's all there in front of you for you to see. So
with
really
the order.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to go from small to large. So we'll just take them as they come off the strands. Like
And
so.
I suppose with the beading board, you can just cut one end and literally go whoosh. You don't have to do them one by one.
No,
They
not
just
at all. That's
Take
right.
off, don't they?
So then we'll go a bit further along the strand to get another size.
Okay. So you're kind of missing maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah, and you can do the same with the let's do the
Pyrite.
same with the Pyrite as well. So it's always best to have it laid out as they come off the strand, and then let's go for the largest of all. So just obviously this is going to be a shorter pendant. And you can do exactly the same technique to make it into a bracelet as well. So again, it's another really versatile technique.
That's good.
And then we'll end with a tiny at the bottom.
Okay.
Okay. When we get to the bottom, we're going to do a rosary link at the end to leave an eye pin, so we can then do dangles and little accents off of the bottom of that. But we'll just do the macrame section first of all. So we're going to attach it to the bottom of our board. We want it to be as tight as we possibly can. We want to be able to strum it like a guitar string. Okay, keep it really nice and tight. So we're going to attach our working. So the working, you don't need as much with this, probably 2.5, 3 foot length. Okay. So I'll just take a couple of feet off for now. I need one of you at home, an assistant, I can just pass things across and you can do all the fiddly bits for me.
Yeah, no problem. That's what I'm here for.
Okay, so first thing we do is we just manipulate the wire in our fingers just to warm it up a bit and straighten it. Okay, so it does this 0.4. It's really nice to use, but it's quite fly away in the beginning until you get started. So we're going to tie a couple of square knots at the top. So again, thread underneath our working, our lazy, and we'll do a couple of square knots. Okay, make sure we don't get any kinks. So take your time over the first couple of knots just to get it nice and secure. I've been doing the wire macrame now for quite a while, so I've found the tension that I prefer, and I can get pretty much the same look each piece of jewellery that I make. But no, it's really nice. Oh, it's lovely. I love macrame wire. Hence why I've persuaded them to let me have a workshop.
Of course.
So it's really nice.
It is something that takes a bit of getting used to. It's like with anything, isn't it? If you're working, even if you've done macrame before, but you're doing it with a different...
That's right. Well, it's like me with the lace today, wasn't it? I mean, we all get given new things. And I don't think I would have chosen to do lace, but the fact that it's been given me has just pushed me that little bit further.
Yeah, which is exciting.
Yeah, it's absolutely. So I've done 2 square knots, and we'll start doing our caging.
Okay.
So we'll cage our first little Pyrite at the top, and the gold and this fuchsia pink just works so well together. Beautiful.
It's stunning, isn't it?
Like so.
It really has got that Bollywood glamour.
Beautiful. So you could just continue with this vein and make a really nice bracelet, exactly the same technique, but we're going to do some daisies. Okay. So we just cage that 1 bead in. So we're going to take up our first moonstone up to the top. That's going to be the centre of the flower. And then we'll pop on maybe 3 Pyrite either side. Okay. So we'll start with a small. So we'll pop on. You see I'm working on the working strands now, not the lazy.
Not the lazy strands.
So we'll pop on 1. Then we'll go to the middle of the strand and pop on one of the larger. And then we'll go to the other end and we'll take off one the small, the tiny.
Okay.
Okay. Like so. And all we're going to do, we're just going to marry it up and see if we've put on enough. I think we're probably going to pop on... No, I think that should be enough because we're going to have the same on the other side.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll do the same on the other side. If you can, try to have a mirror image of either side. So we'll pop on...
Same sizes.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll pop on a small on there, like so. So, I mean, if those little... Do you remember was it hematite or Pyrite from the beginning of the show? The
Pyrite triple.
3 strands, that would have been amazing on this technique. It's really nice. Then we'll pop on another small, like so. Okay, and then we're going to cage the beads that we've put on are working around the moonstone. So again, exactly the same. So we just cage it in and make sure that we don't get those beads caught underneath. Okay, and then we'll just feed that moonstone up. We'll do the second half of the knot. Just feed that up nice and neatly, like so.
Yeah.
Then we'll take up our next little bead and cage that. So cage the single little pyrite underneath. If you wanted to, there's no, you might not need to put the little spaces in between, but I just wanted to show the difference between the flower sizes, which is why I've put a little bead in between.
Okay.
And then we'll pop up our next one. Now this is slightly larger, so we're going to need a few more beads, so we'll put on 5 this time. So we'll take 2 small ones from one end, and then we'll take 1 from the middle, 2 from either end, 1, 2, so now we've got 5 for this bead, and we'll do the same for the other side. As I said, exactly the same side. Whatever you put on one side, try to replicate the other. So small, small, 1 from the middle, and then 2 from the other end. You could do this. Have you tried macrame?
I've dabbled.
You've dabbled.
Well, I say that. You made me do it once.
Oh, okay. So you haven't even dabbled, really?
Yeah, oh, that's a dabble.
That's a dabble.
Yeah,
okay.
It's a dabble. No, actually, I have made something. You won't remember this, but we did a late show together. I think it was the first late show I ever did.
Oh, okay.
And you did a leather macrame bracelet with tiger's eye, and I finished that.
Okay.
And loved it. But I haven't got a macrame board.
Oh, okay.
Which kind of
yes,
you need,
absolutely.
Really.
So as you can see, the second moonstone down, we've used a few more beads. So we'll pop up, cage in our little pyrite underneath.
Fab.
And then when we, like so.
Yeah.
And then we'll come to our largest at the bottom. So I would probably think that you need 7 each side, okay? So what you would do is this time, just to make the bit different, you'd pop on your beads, you'd end with a rosary link. You wouldn't actually cage them in. You'd pop a bead underneath here, and that's how you start getting your rosary link pendant. If I can have the piece across,
absolutely.
I can show you on the overhead there.
Yeah.
Perfect. So if I just pop this down, you can see what I've done. So I've done the 3 sections, and then when I've got to this point, instead of caging that last section around the bead, I've now veered off into 2 separate sections. And this is how I've started my little toggle. Now you could go on and on and on if you wanted to, just rosary linking, and this wire is very, very easy to rosary link with as well. Just keep going. I've come to a stop, I've finished with a rosary link, and then what I've done at the top here is I've made a rosary link with my lazy cord, which I've got at the top of the board, and then I've taken a piece of the wire about 1.5 foot long, and I've twisted it, only doubled, rosary linked the 2 ends to make a wrapped loop, and then I've just popped on a bit of chain and one of these sort of oriental looking clasps that I had in my stash to make up the finished necklace. But if you wanted to, you could just continue this technique and turn that into a bracelet.
I like that.
So it's really, so this is what I love about macrame. You start one piece of jewellery and it just develops into something else, and you can just.
You're not limited at all, are you?
And you could make this bracelet, and then you could actually suspend that onto a hairband and have a tiara or into a hair clip.
Collection.
You can do whatever you like with this technique, and it's just a really delicate way of using your wire and your smaller beads around larger beads to make the flower pattern. I love it.
Mark,
it's beautiful.
thank you so much for showing us all of those pieces.
Pleasure.
Truly beautiful. We're going to come back to you in a bit to have a look at your challenge.
Okay, what there is of it.
No pressure.
No.
About 15 minutes and we'll be over to you.
Okay.
After the break, I've got my favourite gemstone in a wonderful form. And anyone want kyanite under £35? Because we're going to do it. Price/kyanite after this.
Today's course has been really good. I've been on the Macrame course with Deborah, and we've been doing quite a lot of knotting techniques and bringing them together to make a little small owl. And then we're currently working on a freeform necklace or bracelet, which is really good because there's no rules. It's been a really, really good day. You get an awful lot from it, just in terms of being able to use your own imagination to transfer it into the piece that you're making, and it's just been a really good day, yeah.
The latest edition of the Lure Book is now available. This highly regarded gemstone encyclopedia features over 1,300 pages full of facts and knowledge. Discover the places, the people and the stories behind every gemstone. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
You can now watch clips from Jewellery Maker on our YouTube channel. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Did you know that every individual gemstone in our Gems of Distinction collection goes through a 7-stage intricate process to get from the rough to a beautiful bead?
Jewellery Maker offers an extensive range of creative workshops for all levels, from beginners right through to advanced. Each workshop is run by our approachable tutors who are all friendly, knowledgeable and are specialists in their field of expertise. Our popular courses are tailor-made to suit your needs and to help you get started with a new hobby or to advance your skills onto the next level. We keep the class sizes small to ensure you get plenty of one-to-one attention, so book early to avoid disappointment. For more information, contact our call centre or visit our website. The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Wall of Fame, The Genuine Gemstone Company, Unit 2D, Eagle Road, Moons Moat, Redditch, B98 9HF. Get making and good luck!
Did you know you can purchase incredible jewellery featuring genuine gemstones on our sister channel Gems? Come along and see what treasures you can find.
Welcome back everybody to Designer Inspiration. Thank you for joining me today. My name's Rebecca Redican, feel free to call me Becky, and I've got something really special for you now. I've got 4 opportunities. It's my favourite gemstone in the world and it is by far one of the highest qualities of this gem I've ever seen. Now listen, I'm going to put this out there, I'm going to make it quite clear and obvious right now. I've got 4 of them and it's a considered purchase price. What I will say is, if you're one of those people who wants to own a high-end, pinnacle point, summit point of excellence in this gem, you've got to be quick. It is the wonderful, beguiling Opal. Wow. Take a look at this. Stunning. Now, you know what I'm about to say, don't you? What I'm about to say is, you're getting nothing out of this right now to what it actually is capable of doing. Sadly, Opal has 0 effect under these lights. Now, the lights in here are so intense that they bleach out this colour. The fact of the matter is that there's so many lenses in the cameras in front of us, because don't forget, there's not just one lens, there's lots of lenses, so you can change kind of your viewpoint. Also, it then goes through your TV screen at home as well. It goes through that. Every single step, every single point does out colour from this gemstone. It's a nightmare to show. The fact of the matter is, you know that you've got a money back guarantee until the 31st of January. I've only got 4 of these left at all. That's it. So if you want it, realistically, now is your only opportunity. Now, Opal is an interesting gem. Essentially, the structure of an opal is so different to other gemstones. In gemstones, a lot of gems, for example, your quartz, you might expect your kind of linear format. So you'll expect almost a kind of parallel lines, I suppose, of your crystals internally. Opal is different. Opal is spherical internally. I've got an example here, a picture for you. So can you see there, there's not lines in here, there's spheres internally. So that means that when the light enters, because it hits on the curve of the spheres internally, it blasts out this rainbow effect of colours. And that, ladies and gents, is exactly what we've got in here. Your size is, what, because there is a graduation. From 3mm to 6mm, 20 carats worth. This is pinnacle point of quality. Your price point today is just last two opportunities at £77.95. It is absolutely stunning. Guess what, ladies and gents? One's gone already. Another one's been put into a basket. Congratulations. That's been checked out as well. £77.95. I have 2 of these left. Once it's gone, it's gone. Money back guarantee till the 31st of January. Don't mess around. This is your chance to get your hands on 1.5% of the Opal marketplace. £77.95. Now, we're moving on to your other challenge now, because we forgot. I won't.
Oh, okay.
This is your monochrome piece. You've been working with this afternoon. You picked these.
I did, specifically to go with that quartz, the 3 bundle we had earlier.
Yeah.
Perfect. Beautiful.
They go gorgeously, don't they? This is your monochrome collection. You've got your white crackle quartz, and you've got your black agate as well. 10 by 8mm on the white crackle quartz, and the 10mm on the agate. Super duper sparkle, high shine on those. Again, looking at the quality of these and looking at how perfectly they work together. The thing I love about this is it's not actually monochrome, is it? If we're honest, it's not really, is it? Monochrome, you'll think black and white. Well, this quartz isn't just white, is it? You've got areas of clarity, you've got areas of sparkle, you've got areas that transfer and transmit the tones surrounding the gem through the gem itself. So this is so much more than monochrome, isn't it? These are both brand new strands. Now, you know, I know, we all know, £6.95 individual strands, lowest we can do. Brand new strands we're not usually allowed to bundle because we're not allowed to drop the price. But we have. 2 strands, brand new, £9.95 for you. What do you think of that price? Because I know you picked these before you knew the price.
I know, well, I'm a massive fan of black gemstones, black faceted in particular, and I just thought that they would go so well with those 3 strands that we had earlier of the white quartz. They're beautiful. I love those barrel shape. They're not barrels, are they? They're sort of rice beads.
Yeah, drums. They're described
nice.
as.
They're beautiful.
They are fab, aren't they? This is such a beautiful pairing, it really is. £9.95. Get them whilst you can because they're exceptional. What I'm about to bring to you now. Listen, I've just brought to you one of the best strands of opal we have here at Jewellery Maker. I brought to you for my first sell of the afternoon a double whammy of stunning sapphire, and now I'm about to bring you another one of the top 4, emerald. How can you tell if an emerald's treated? What's one of the easiest ways? What's one of the most standard ways to be able to see if an emerald's treated? We say that generally the easiest way to find out if an emerald is treated, if you perhaps don't have the information to hand, one of the main things that you'll look for is clarity. If you get clarity in emerald, you're often questioning, is that going to be treated? Because we very rarely get clarity in natural emerald. It's such a rarity. The fact of the matter is with this strand, I have got clarity, and it's completely naturally occurring. That's almost unheard of here at Jewellery Maker. Now, let me just pop this down for you. Because, as per usual, the lights in here don't give you depth. Because the light hits the front of the gem, bounces back to you, you don't get depth because there's no real lights behind me. So it's not like in real life when you have lights all around you. We're in studio circumstances here. So I'm getting my torch out so that you can see the clarity on this, and I think you'll be astonished. Naturally occurring. 15 carats worth of your beautiful natural emerald. Look at that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a gemstone that is not to be underestimated. This is a gemstone that is known by, let's face it, the world over. It is known by children as young as a couple of years old. It is known by people in royalty. It's known by kind of, when you think of emerald, Mark, what springs to your mind?
The Emerald City, Wizard of Oz. I think that's my first recollection of emerald, was the Wizard of Oz.
Do you know why emerald was used in the Wizard of Oz?
No.
I do. Can I tell you?
Go on then.
In the book originally, the Emerald City wasn't actually made of emerald. People used to wear emerald glasses. And the reason was, it was to make everybody look the same. So it didn't matter your colour, your creed, everybody would look green, everyone would look the same. And another reason emerald was used for the Emerald City was because back in the day, in ancient times, in Greek times, etc., it was known as the gemstone that would help you see your inner self. So it would help you kind of be able to determine what was kind of the real you. It would help you find your own self, which is why it was used in the book, because obviously, you know, things like the Cowardly Lion didn't believe he had any courage until he got to the Emerald City and he found that he'd had courage all the time, etc., etc.
Oh.
There you go. This is 15 carats worth of that gorgeous gemstone. Ladies and gentlemen, to get your hands on natural emerald, you are absolutely as lucky as you like, because they say on average, well, the guesstimation, let's say, of the percentage of natural emerald on the market is around 99.5% treated. So already you're helping yourself to a very, very small portion of the market here. £47.95 is stunning, but I'm about to make it better. This is not to be missed out on. I'm in Last Chance Saloon already. People have already checked out. £34.95 for you on this today. It's 15 carats worth of the most sublime of emerald. You've got to be quick though, I cannot comment enough. This is your beautiful Brazilian emerald, and this is just so special for you to get your hands on today. When do you see price slashes on emerald? You don't, do you? You don't see that on the high street every day. Let's face it, you don't see emerald on the high street every single day, do you? You don't see emerald price slash of this quality often. 50% price right generally. £34.95 for you on this today. 15 carats worth we have here. Do check out your baskets for me, lovely ladies and gentlemen, because let's face it, we don't get to see this wonder of the world often, let alone price slash to this degree. It's completely natural and it has spectacular clarity. What I will say to you, if you don't mind, what I will say, to be honest, is if you've never owned natural emerald before with clarity, just treat yourself to this, because you are going to be getting a very, very good view, as it were, a very good view of how emerald can look if you're lucky. If that makes sense. £34.95. And don't forget, feel free to treat it yourself. You don't have to keep it natural. You can treat it yourself if you so wish, just with a little bit of oiling. £34.95. If you want to add a bit of sort of life, as it were, to your gem, especially if you've had it for quite a long period of time. What we generally say is if you have emerald like this with clarity for over 6 months and it starts to dull, do just oil it yourself. Get that very well-known baby oil brand. Make sure you get the well-known one as well, because the ones do have bits in it which can actually damage your emerald. So do get the very well-known baby oil. heat it up for a couple of seconds, leave your emerald in it for a few hours or overnight if you want to, and it'll just really sparkle. Do that to this because it's going to make a big difference to this gem in particular because it's got that clarity. $34.95 price / emerald. Hardly any of those left. Hardly any of those left. Now, can I please? Oh, it's all right. I've got a board here. I've got grey board. 925 spaces. What do you think of these new kind of 925 spaces we've been getting on recently, Mark? These are your peridot ones.
Oh, the little charm, the little spherical charms.
Yeah, yeah.
They're beautiful, aren't they?
Fab,
oh, they're cute. Oh, I like those. You'd only need one, wouldn't you, on a piece of leather cord?
Oh,
that would be it.
You don't need much, do you? You really do.
What size hole through the middle?
Massive, 6 mil approximately, from what I recall.
Oh, yeah, just on a simple leather piece of cord. Perfect.
Yeah. It's fab, isn't it? It is absolutely fab. You could easily get a 1.5 mil through here, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Easily.
Oh, the work that's gone into something like that, that's amazing.
The silversmithing that goes alongside this is almost unthinkable because they are so delicate. You get lots and lots of those pieces of peridot internally within here as well. You can see it sparkling away there. You're getting 5 of these today. ELDL 27 code. Your price point for all 5 is just £14.95 for you today. Working out just a few pounds each, really, isn't it? What would we do to these to really show them off?
God, I think earrings.
Yes.
Just thinking how I would. Yeah, cause just a simple, maybe just a silver ball a silver ball spacer.
Yeah, got you.
Threaded onto a headpin.
Yeah.
Then the little peridot bead, then another spacer ball, and then the shepherd's hook. Simple. That's all. Maybe on suspended from an inch of chain.
Oh, that's a nice idea. It'd just catch it then, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be beautiful.
Oh, I like that idea a lot. That's
Gold
really,
or silver though, that's the... What would you use?
Well, it's silver in it, isn't it?
So I'd mix metal though, couldn't you? You could mix metal it, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah. And with these kind of tones, you could kind of steampunk it a little bit with mixed metals, couldn't you?
Yeah, could.
£14.95. Congratulations to everyone, 5 of those there for you. What, babe? Oh. Sorry, my producer just went, Becky, I've got a question for you about baby oil. What? Hi guys, Becky, can you use the baby oil on all the gems to clean them or just emeralds? And that's from Kathy. No, Kathy, we generally say that it's just for your emeralds really, and it's not necessarily for cleaning them. Emerald is slightly porous, so what it does is it takes the oil inside and it will give them a brightness. You can put oil onto some gemstones, but be very careful because some of them don't really take to it that kindly. Oiling is one of the ones for emerald in particular that we say, even if it's not in a strand, even if you've got emerald pieces that you've had for years ready made, a little bit of oil and they will just zest right up. So I hope that helps you. Okay, where are we going next, love? Oh, I love these hand carved leaves. Now these are described as leaves, but I can see a feather in them. Maybe that's just me. Take a look at them. They're beautiful. Aren't they beautiful? 100 carats worth. Ladies and gents, I'm in my last chance saloon on these already. It means 30 or less. I'm reminding myself of someone on one of those fairground rides then. I don't know why. Scream, you want to go faster, 30 or less today. Well, I'm wasted in this job, aren't I? Get myself down the carnival. You've got 100 carats worth of your rose quartz today. You've got a massive, massive amount on here. And they are duo-sided, as it were. So you've got the carving on the front. See all that hand carving? But then let me show you the back of them. They're beautifully domed at the back. So you've got that doming at the back. So they're only carved on one side. So you've kind of got a double whammy effect here, depending on what look you want to go for. You've got 100 carats worth in total. They are around 20 to 10 mil. Your price point today is just £7.95 for you. For all of those, there's a huge amount I've got on my strand. Don't forget it's done on carat weight, but I'll let you know how many I've got on my strand because you should have a similar amount. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 I have on my strand. So working out a very small few pennies each, isn't it really? And £7.95 for 100 carats, but I've only got 16 of these left right now. Tag P24 is your code. Get it whilst you can. A few in baskets. Do check out. It's probably your last chance to see these if you want them. Get them whilst you can. Going to be a real nice kind of eye-catching point, aren't they?
Wow. I like those.
Sparkles. Do ya?
It'll be kumihimoing again for me with those.
Mark.
Yeah.
Lemon gold coloured pyrite.
Yep.
3 words. Go.
Oh gosh.
It's because you mentioned the 3-word game earlier on, so I knew you wanted to play it. I could tell instantly.
Does it have to be one word? Can it be a sentence?
Well, no, it has to have 3 words. It doesn't have to, yes, no, it could make sense. Yes, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Okay.
Any 3 words.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, The Golden Ticket.
Oh, I like that.
That springs to mind.
I've got a golden ticket.
Yep.
You're right.
I think gin and tonic for some reason. I've no idea why, but I think of gin and tonic. That's another. I don't know why. Gin and tonic. And canaries.
I would love to be in your mind. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, canaries, car washes we had earlier
it's bizarre,
on.
Isn't it? But I
love
them.
it. I adore that. What would you do with this?
It would be kumihimo again.
Kumihimo to really sparkle.
Just a kumihimo, 8, just normal, straightforward 8 braid kumihimo bracelet. I think that'd be beautiful. With one of those peridot charms maybe on the end. I think that'd be lovely.
Good plan. You've got another good 3 words for this, have you? Go on. Rock bottom price, says my producer. I love working with Mark because a lot of guest designers, when they see the price, they'll do this. Oh, Mark, no. He just rolls his eye and looks disgusted. You're shocked by that.
I've got a bit of a reputation for that, I'm afraid.
Why have you rolled your eyes at £6.95?
It's the work that's gone into it, I think. I mean, I know we don't devalue gemstones on the show, we go out of our way not to do that, but the hours of work that's gone into faceting, I mean, they're beautiful, aren't they?
So pretty.
Each individual, some chap has faceted those by hand. I mean, how long would it take to facet one of those? I don't know.
Long time.
And we just, anyway.
It's fab, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, ladies and gents, lots of you agree because I'm into my last chance saloon on this right now at £6.95. Need to point out, lengthy little strand there for you. Ruler of truth, anyone? Now, I always question this. See that, 36 centimetres? This is my 30 centimetre ruler. Of course, yours might be slightly different, but look at that. That is 30 centimetres, and what's this bit here? Yeah, enough said really, isn't it? Enough said. £6.95 for you today. Congratulations, 60 carats worth there for you. Where are we going? Bundle. Jaspers. Oh my goodness, ladies and gents, if you're one of those people who adores the history, the folklore, the tales of this gemstone, get it whilst you can, because honestly the palette we've got here and the shapes are spectacular. Take a look at these ones first because I really love these. These are the centre drilled puffy pairs that we've got on this strand. Around 110 carats worth. I've got beautiful forestry colours running through here, but then I've also got purples and lilacs and pinks in here too. A beautiful array of tones. Absolutely stunning selection for you here today. I've also got, now this shape is totally unique, different. Imagine kind of 1950s Christmas cards, and you know when they have kind of the they'd have like the carol singer views, wouldn't they, and they'd all hold those little lanterns that looped over. That is the shape. That is the shape of these. I know, because I've got lampposts like this outside my house. Isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Those lampposts. No, I don't live in Victorian London. I live up north, we're a bit behind. Look at the shape of these, aren't they beautiful? How are these described? Fancy. I love that. Fancy. They are fancy though, aren't they? They are absolutely beautiful. It's almost a lantern shape, isn't it? So can you see, you've got at the top, you've got kind of the hexagonal style shape, haven't you? But you've got one larger at the bottom and then it tapers down. I think that is so, so wonderful. And look at the difference in here. You've got these mottled like the fence. Almost dendritic in some by appearance, isn't it? Almost. Can you see? You've got almost these modern art blotches as well, haven't you? You have almost got dendritic appearance in some of these too. Beautiful. 2 strands for you today. I love them both for you. No way are they? Wowzers. Just heard the price. £9.95. That's under £5 per one. Look at these ones in particular. I've never seen anything like it, ever. These are both beautifully natural strands of jasper. This is Mother Nature saying, yes, look at me, look what I can do. I can bring you pinks, I can bring you purples, greens, whites, beautiful burnt umbers. I can bring you all of these different colours in one gemstone. It is a stunning selection here. If you want these beautiful natural like tones with a little bit of a twist, then do treat yourself to them now, because together at £9.95 you've got to be quick. I have got half of you are multi-buyers. I've got loads of people with it in their baskets. I don't think people expected that price, I'll be honest. I didn't. Glorious Jasper, £9.95. Congratulations to you. Oh. 3 strands here for you in this bundle. 2 strands of glorious agates. Beautiful array of tones in here. I have a feeling that Mark would quite like this strand because there's the multicolours in there, but can you see that every third one is you've got that black base tone? Even though the 2 in the middle are changing tone, every third you've got the black base. So that's going to be quite handy for you when you separate out the colours, isn't it?
I'll separate them anyway. I mean, that would be a hot and a cold strand for me, I think.
Would it? So you'd go at either end of the scale?
Yeah, absolutely.
You've then got your multicoloured light oranges, 30 carats worth on that strand. Both of these are 4mm, and guess what? They're both new, as is this one. Fluorite. Once described as the most colourful mineral on the earth. You've got 65 carats worth of this fluorite. We do not see it often. It's got the ability to glow internally. Totally natural fluorite with these bands of beautiful colour pops. Your price point for your pastel rainbows, all 3 strands today, is not £14.85. We're not staying there. 3 brand spanking new strands for you today. Your price point, you're not going to believe. £9.95 for 3 strands. One of these is fluorite. How often do you see fluorite? We hardly ever have it on. It's hard for you to get your hands on. It's hard to get your hands on quality like this that has all those different bands in there. Do you want to have a real good look at it? Brand spanking new. 3 brand new strands. Pinks, purples, greens, yellows, all bright. Look at the glow in there. Fluorite. Hence the name fluorite. Used in fluorescent lighting. You get this glow internally within there. £9.95 for your pastel rainbows. Loads of you coming in for this, not surprised at all. 3 brand spanking new strands at £9.95 for all 3, not just for the one. That is astonishing. Hi everyone, I have a question for Mark. Do you need to be an experienced jewellery maker to go on your Chips and Nuggets workshop?
No.
Thanks, Joanne.
Not at all. No, you can be a complete beginner. It's basically basic threading. If you can thread beads onto a piece of beading thread, you can come on the Chips and Nuggets workshop easily. It's probably one of the most relaxing workshops, I think, because you're playing with lots and lots and lots of tiny little beads, and it's very repetitive. We work for some beautiful strands. We have 6 strands altogether, including pearls, so you get really good value for money with your beads as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So no, you can be a complete beginner.
People always go away with quite a few pieces from that one as well, don't they?
At least 5 pieces.
It's amazing.
Yeah. No, come along. It's great fun. It's a really chilled, relaxed day. There's no stress. There's no pressure.
No.
It's a really nice day. Really
so,
nice.
Joanne, we might see you soon.
Yes.
Thank you very much for that, lovely lady. Oh, bead caps. Wowzers. Where is, there it is. If you want bead caps, because it's this time of year, isn't it, where you just want almost that little extra je ne sais quoi from your pieces, well, these could be the ones to give you that 925 collection. Take a look at these array. 2 different types. So this is your dome variety. Let me just show you the drill hole on these. Approximately, you get 5 of these. Oh, yeah. We get 6 of these, sorry, and they are 10 mil approximately. Beautiful little dome. And then these, I think, are perfect for this time of year. They almost look like little icicles, don't they? These are your icicle or star rope effect, let's say. You get 5 of these. Let me just show you the details. So we've got on one side, you've got the rope detail around that drill hole. You've got a slight dome. And then you've got the concave section, which is plain in the centre. These are beautiful to use in a real array of your designs. Lovely for your high-end pieces. It is all 925, don't forget, so very, very highest of quality. If you are making pieces for your loved ones at this time of year and you can stretch to 925, I would strongly encourage you to do so, because it does give you a little bit of an extra special effect. Price point today, £11.95 for you on these ones today. That is a wonderful price, isn't it? And I'm wondering if you can see on these beading caps, they're not just sort of boring. Even on these beading caps, they've got speckled detail. Can you see that? Really delicate, but you can see it, can't you? It kind of disturbs the light on the surface. £11.95 for everything you can see on your screen now. It's all 925, it's all luxury, and it's all a bit of a bargain at that price, isn't it? £11.95. Gosh, your nails are nice, Ben, aren't they?
Really?
Yeah.
I hate them.
Gosh.
I'm lazy with them.
I'm dead jealous. I wish I could have nails like that.
Really?
Yeah, I really am. I'm the first person who's ever complimented you on your nails. Oh, yeah. Gosh. It's a tragedy. Where are we going to now? Ooh, one of your favourite gemstones. Oh, the quality is obvious, actually. Sometimes with gemstones, you know, I'll give you like a tick list of things to look for so you can judge quality. Labradorite, 1 tick is, can you see labradorescence? If you can, you know, you're getting good quality. And with this, you most certainly can. Look at that. Look. It's a what?
Gent strand, just one simple drop on a cord. That was it. I'd use the whole strand of that for gents jewellery.
Really?
Yeah, I'd wear one of those. Yeah, I'd wear one of those on a cord.
It's kind of the shape as well, isn't it?
That's really good.
You're right. It kind of it all adds to it. The colour array, you've got the shape itself, because you drop on these at the prisms, so they're the top drill prism drops. So that means that you've got almost, it's the pyramid shape basically. It means it's got a square base to this. Can you see? Square base. My producer's just said to me, Phil's just said to me, I reckon Mark's going to roll his eyes again at this price. Your price today, 80 carats. If your Labradorite is going down, this isn't the price it should be, but we're taking it to it today.
Ooh. I wasn't expecting that.
Ooh. You look like you just have a really seriously strong mint.
My dad used to do that.
Ooh. I like that. What do you think of that price?
That's phenomenal. That's amazing, isn't it? Even at £5, just for a surface. Do you know where I'm getting? Just a piece of leather cord.
Right, go on.
One hanging.
Yeah.
You know, surface style necklace.
I know exactly the type you're talking about.
£5 each.
Oh yeah.
You got 20 on there, have you? 20?
About
20,
that.
I should say.
You spent too much time with me. £6.95 for you today. Multi-buyers, left, right and centre. Hi Becky and Mark. Just to say to Joanne, go on the CNN. Oh, the chips and nuggets. It's brilliant. As many have said before, Mark is a really good tutor. Don't hesitate. Lol. Jacqueline.
That's kind. Thank you, Jacqueline. I'm very patient.
That's good.
Yeah. That's good.
That's good. So even if you are new, loads of you are coming in for this. 20 are gone, apparently 20 in baskets. Lots and lots and lots of you coming in for this. It is amazing quality at that price point. Do treat yourself to it whilst you can. It's one of those gemstones that you can get in lots of places. Let's face it. Well, you can't really on the high street. That's a bit tricky. But you know, other websites, etc., you can get it. But what I will say is our quality is genuinely phenomenal for the price point. In fact, if anyone remembers producer Kirsty, she used to be a guest designer here, and then she was a producer, etc., etc. She used to, obviously, had been making jewellery for many, many years, and she said that when she sort of found Jewellery Maker as a viewer, 'cause she was a viewer initially, she bought Labradorite as kind of her tester, because she'd worked with and used a lot of different products from a lot of different companies, and Labradorite was her go-to tester, and if she liked the quality of the Labradorite, she could kind of work out from there where the rest of the quality of other gems would be. And genuinely, with strands like this at that price point, it's doing the job for us, which is why we've got about 45 of them gone already. Don't forget, all those names doesn't tell you how many they're buying. £6.95. Time to check that out if you get the opportunity to. FYRU35 at £6.95 for you today. I've got a stunning, stunning gemstone for you now. What I'm about to show you, I think is going to just blow some people away, because if you're a connoisseur, you're going to be amazed at the information that's about to come on screen for you. This is kyanite that has been faceted. Now, you know the importance of that, don't you?
I don't think I've ever seen it faceted.
This quality is honestly astonishing. Faceted kyanite. You know what a rarity that is when I show you that it's in our Gems of Distinction boxed range. Are you ready? Really? Faceted kyanite. If you've never seen it before, this is about to be a very special look for you.
Gosh.
Now, a lot of you might be thinking, why are they so excited about kyanite being faceted? Because they facet a lot of their gems. This gemstone is almost impossible to facet, to be honest. Have you got that slide for me, lovely director Ryan? You do you? So can you see this picture? This is an image of the rough for you here. And can you see all those areas, kind of that white deep banded area? That is an area of cleavage points. Now, this gemstone has numerous cleavage points that mean that even if you polish, and I mean polish, this in the wrong direction, it will completely disintegrate the entire rough for you, which is absolutely astonishing. It's also a polymorph as well. So can I have that behind me? Is there any way I can get that on the plasma? So this is a polymorph, which means that you've got two different areas of strength on the Mohs scale. So for example, can you see all these layers, all these lines? You might have this darker area here might be a 7 on the Mohs scale. So pretty bold, you know, quite strong, quite up there. But then it's usually the whiter areas that have got your lines here. It's usually the whiter areas. They can be as low on the Mohs scale as a 4. So you can go from a 4 on the Mohs scale, which is the most delicate end, bearing in mind 10 is diamond, so super duper strong. You can go from a 4, delicate, don't touch it in the wrong way, all the way to a 7 in a millimetre. If you hit that, if you try and facet that, if you even try to polish that in the wrong direction with too much force, the whole piece will disintegrate. 100% loss on that section. That's why to get this faceted is almost unheard of. It's stunning, isn't it? Hang on, sorry. Look at the quality of that. Do you know another thing I love about kyanite? You can actually see the lines of structure through every single one. Mother Nature, that is. Just move that for you. It is spectacular. Oh my goodness. Mark, you're a bit of a connoisseur yourself. I know you love learning about gemstones and you love hearing about gemstones. Just tell me for you what it means to have a faceted strand of this quality of this gemstone here.
Well, I'm lucky enough to have quite a nice piece of rough at home. It did cost me a lot of money. And as you were just saying to the viewers, how difficult it is to facet and actually cut, let alone facet.
Sure.
The wastage that must have been involved with something like this.
Massive.
You know, it's just stunning. It's beautiful. That's exquisite.
Isn't it? It's really, really special. It is part of our Gems of Distinction range. That means that this has been picked exclusively for the quality, not only of the gem, but of the workmanship. Your price point today is serious quality. Ladies and gentlemen, I promised you this would be under £35, didn't I? And it's not quite, but it will be. This is going to be a sellout. Congratulations to every single one. Don't expect faceted kyanite, price dropped again. £24.95. Isn't that special?
My word.
You did not expect that?
No, not at all.
I know you didn't.
I was expecting, I don't know, £59.95, something like that.
Which is why when I said £35 earlier on, that's why, you know, people's ears all around the country will have been, oh, what's this? Oh, faceted kyanite. This is, bearing in mind, you know, we see a lot of gems day in, day out here. Of course we do. This is only the second time I've ever seen it faceted, and it might have been in this strand. We've got so many of these going at that price point. Congratulations to those 7 or 8 people who got it before that price point changed, because I've only got 8 left now and I've got about 15 in baskets. So congratulations to every single one of you who has got this. Genuinely, this is not an opportunity that comes around often at all, let alone at that price point. Just to you all, congratulations. 30 carats worth of faceted natural kyanite for just £24.95. Don't expect that. Do not expect that again. Only 1 or 2 left of this and about 20 in baskets now. Fastest finger first. Congratulations to every single one of you. You lovely, lovely people. Okay, see if I can squeeze in another couple. We did Sapphire this morning. We started off this morning. It wasn't this morning, was it? I started at 1. We started off the show this afternoon with Sapphire, and I've got some more here for you, but these are big, bold, medium nuggets for you. Now, Mark, see, come on Designer Inspiration more, because I always see strands and I think, oh, I need to ask Mark that, and I always forget. Now, you obviously, we know that you do chips and nuggets, and we know that, you know, you work a lot with chips and nuggets because you kind of like working with those.
Yes, yeah.
Can I just ask you,
Yep.
do you feel that sometimes the big 4 can be neglected from the chips and nuggets variety? I don't know if you agree with that, but personally I think if I'm seeing Sapphire, I'm generally getting faceted drops, faceted rondelles. It's not that often that I will see more organic shapes like this. And does that make a difference?
Well, I really like seeing them, but I think for the big 4 they should be given a different name, personally.
Such as?
Don't know, I'll think about it. I just think nugget for something made of sapphire just doesn't.
I do.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I really do. I
So
really do.
No, leave it with me. I'll come up for another name for them. But no, you're right.
that.
No, it's nice to be able to have them, but I think we need to give them more romantic names, I think.
Yes, because for some reason, I don't know if this is just me, but for some reason with things like chips and nuggets, I think organic, boho, I can sometimes think, oh, bit of a bargain, you know?
Yeah, no, you're right.
Low price, yeah, because, you know, they're not over the top, they're not too in your face.
No,
I don't generally think chips and nuggets Sapphire.
No, that's why we need to give it a different name. We need to do something a bit different, I think.
We'll
they
work on
are
it.
beautiful.
We'll work on it.
Yeah.
You have got 135 carats of this gorgeous, again, natural blue sapphire. Your price today for these huge pieces, £16.95. Let me give you an idea of scale of some of these. We've got rings in here, we've got pendants in here. I love that as a faux prong set. We've got earrings in here. Mark, what do you think we've got in here? Cufflinks, of course.
With those white pearls from that kit, you know, the large 9mm pearls on the inside, and then one of those sapphire cufflinks, imagine.
How much would you sell them for, Mark?
Gosh. Sterling silver findings.
Yeah, go on.
£35.
£35. So you'd get your money back just on 2. You'd get a lot of your money back because I'm not staying at £16.95 for some reason.
Gosh.
£12.95.
How many on the strand?
At that price, you'd probably expect 1, to be honest, but no. 2, 4, 6, 8 I've got on my
strands. 4 pairs of cufflinks then.
4 pairs of cufflinks. £35 a pop.
A few pearls, bit of silver. Perfect. They're amazing, wouldn't they?
Money back in 1 make.
Yeah.
On the entire strand. 1 piece to get your money back, the rest is profit. Sapphire, this size, £16.95? Am I dreaming? What? £1.95? Yes, Alison. Yes, Alex, you are dreaming. Because the price has gone down. £12.95, Alex. Can you get over that? I know £16.95, ridiculous bargain. I don't know why it's gone down, Alex. Have you got yourself some? Genuinely, have you? Because if not, I don't know why you wouldn't. Half my stock's already gone on that. Do treat yourself to these if you so wish. Imagine that with those kyanite.
What about a curtain tie back? Just use that whole strand for a curtain tie back. Sapphire curtain tie backs.
Oh my gosh, please invite me around to your house. Please invite me over to your house.
That'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
That is amazing.
How decadent would that be?
Just an emerald chandelier I have in here as well.
What about we call them decadents? Instead of nuggets, we call them decadents.
Decadents? Decadents.
Yeah.
But that's actually a word though, isn't it? Decadent.
Okay.
Hang on. Sapphire nuggets.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Well, they're definitely worth a kiss.
Yeah.
Snoggets.
Snoggets.
Oh my gosh.
I think we'll use that one.
I
For the big
am
5.
chuffed. Big 5 snoggets.
Snoggets. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Deborah, pat on the back to you.
Well done.
I love that.
Cool. Yeah, that's good. I like that a lot.
Lovely, lovely, Mark. You look like you've had a whale of a time with these.
I haven't done very much. But I love rosary. I know I do lots of rosary, but I just love them. I'm addicted to rosary at the moment.
Oh, they're so eye-catching, aren't
they? The black agate against those rondelles, I just think is it's very simple, very understated, but very elegant, isn't it?
Now, do not forget for me that these sold out, didn't they? The rondelles.
Did, yes.
The brand new triple strand of rondelles did sell out at the beginning of the show, so sorry if you didn't get those. However, we do still have the monochrome left over, which is what this agate is part of, and also what these quartz drums here. How do we do these?
Just a piece of wire threaded through and about 18 inches long, and then rosary link loop at the top, eye-pin loop at the top, and then you just simply wrap it around to the bottom, and then back up to the top, down to the bottom, back up to the top again, just in between the stones. Looks like a sort of a Grecian sandal, doesn't it?
You're totally right. Yeah, you're right. So do I need to leave a little bit of space then?
Yes, just a couple of millimetres at the top.
Just a few mil.
Yeah,
so you've got that space for you to wrap those around. I love that. And I like how you've got that sort of
it's nice.
movement detail. And lastly, but by no means leastly, hello bracelet.
6mm wire. Just how simple it is, macrame. Oh, I love macrameing with wire. And I feel how rigid and structural it is. I mean, it's a real structured piece, isn't it?
That's not squidging in. That's going to be really wearable,
and
isn't
it? That's using 0.6 as a lazy as well. So that's beautiful.
That is so beautiful. Mark, I've had a lovely time.
Good, I'm glad so right. It's been nice.
Are you going to come and do Designer Inspiration more?
I might have my arm twisted next year, but none this year.
No more this year?
I have actually, I have. I've got one in December. Yes, I have actually.
Good. Yes. When are you on with us next, Mark?
Well, I'm here tomorrow and Wednesday with workshops. And then I'm back a week Thursday, so I've got a bit of a break.
Okay, bit of a break.
Going to get the garden tidy this weekend, ready for winter.
Lovely. That sounds
nice.
Wonderful.
Be good.
Oh,
some
good.
fresh air. Yes.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Nice.
Thank you, Mark.
Pleasure.
I'm with you tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. I'll be on with Sheila. Have a lovely evening. Late show coming up now. We'll see you very, very soon. Bye.
thank you to all of our customers who voted for Jewellery Maker to be nominated at the Make and Sell Jewellery Awards. We've been nominated for 8 awards. Please continue to vote for us to win.